down, and they're very distinct, and they use them a lot. They use a lot of fastballs, but they do different things. So, I can't tell you that I think I know exactly what the Cubs are doing. They actually pitch to contact a little more. I don't know if it's by something on purpose that they're doing, or if it's something that just is a byproduct of the pitchers that they have. But they don't miss tons of bats, but I think they're striving for weak contact in the way that they attack hitters. Again, probably not a team that stands out one way or the other in the way that they attack, but they are going to get more contact than most clubs.
All right, that's Rocco Baldelli.
Yeah, Cubs pitchers come into tonight with 679 strikeouts, fourth fewest in the majors, yet they have issued the second fewest free passes. Only the Twins have walked fewer this season, thanks to Chris and Rocco. Coming up on the Menards pregame lineup card, a pitcher who has gotten back on track for the Saints. You're going to hear about him next in our minor league update here on your home for Twins baseball.
We talk with Twins players, coaches, and analysts every weekday morning. Join me, Vanita, on WCCO Radio.
612 Saturdays are back at Target Field. Enjoy $6 drinks, $1 snacks, and $2 food when gates open.
I'm from the 952. Can I enjoy 612 Saturdays?
The 952 is welcome.
I'm from the 218.
218, 651. Everyone is welcome at 612 Saturdays.
I'm from the 313. How about me?
That's Detroit.
Yeah.
Sure. Enjoy the weekend wind-up with 612 Saturdays presented by Carbliss. $6 drinks, $1 snacks, and $2 food. When we're together, the Twins rise as one. Join in at twins.com/tickets.
Twins fans looking for a player that always hits for the cycle? That's Chevy Silverado. From strength and dependability to capability and advanced tech, this truck steps up to the plate and crushes big league challenges every day. Plus, with roll-formed high-strength steel and impressive cargo volume, you also get the hardest working bed in the business. Your select Heartland Chevy dealers, proud sponsors of Minnesota Twins baseball. For current offers and to find a dealer near you, visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
At Target, we're here for the love of the game and all that comes with it. And for you hometown sports fans, we've got everything you need to gear up and kick back during Twin season. For the hosts, we've got the most of everything you need for your backyard baseball barbecues. Brats? Got 'em. Burgers? Check. Peanuts? Popcorn? Say less. However you do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
Hi, I'm Twins Hall of Famer Corey Koski. At Gillette Children's, the brightest minds in pediatric healthcare work every day to unlock new possibilities for patients living with brain, bone, and movement conditions. If a solution doesn't exist, they build it. If a question is unanswered, they research it. If a child has a dream, it becomes their dream too. Learn more about how Gillette is changing lives for kids through research, advocacy, and expert care. For more information, go to GilletteChildren's.org.
We are gathered here to... What's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And, sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do.
Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com.
Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
And this is the Menards pregame lineup card. Twins and Cubs getting ready for Game 2 here at Target Field. Across the river in St. Paul, Saints and Iowa clubs getting set for Game 2 of their series. Our minor league report this week spotlights Marco Raya, who had a 10.46 ERA early on this season for the Saints, but that number is now 2.19 over his last 5 outings. The difference has been more mental than mechanical.
Voice of the St. Paul Saints, Sean Aronson here with St. Paul Saints starting pitcher Marco Ryan. Let's talk about where you're at in this season, especially the last 5 starts. You've been pretty impressive. What have you figured out as this season has gone along that's made you so successful over the last handful of starts?
Really just overall figured out myself. Really just reminded myself to not put too much pressure on myself, but at the same time reminding myself that pressure is a privilege. So really just going out there, having fun, and just knowing, trusting the guys behind me and just throwing it in the square.
You made a comment after one of your starts that you're doing a better job of collecting your thoughts. Tell me what that means to you.
Over the course of my career, over the past couple of years, I mean, I've had a bit of a trouble with that. Not out of control, but just wasn't able to, slow things down at my pace and things like that. But as of lately, over the last couple months, I've been feeling great. everything, like I said earlier, I mean, everything's been happening for me in slow motion, kind of like after a walk or after a hit, whatever that may be. It's just my next thought, instead of it being a negative one, my next thought is just what outcome can I get to get quick outs moving forward.
How do you get to that point? Is it coaching staff? I know you guys work with a mental coach. Is it just a product of you've been here for a little bit and things start to slow down? How have you gotten to that point?
I think it's a little bit of all of that put together. Just conversations with the coaches, conversations with guys with big league experience in the dugout, just things like that. And as well as like working with a mental performance, people that we have here in our organization, I mean, they're great at their job. And, you know, just putting all those pieces together and putting it into one.
I know you've also talked about being able to kind of slow down the pitch clock. I know when it first came, it felt like it was going a million miles a minute and you're rushing out there. How have you gotten to that point where you use the pitch clock maybe to your advantage? How have you done that?
With that, it's more so just trial and error. When the pitch clock first got implemented, I had a little bit of trouble with it. I had a couple pitch clock violations, a couple of ball calls. You just learn from those mistakes, and now at this point, I feel like I understand the concept and I'm more aware of it, so I've been able to control that a lot better.
Let's talk about your curveball. It's been great this year. How has it evolved since you first got into professional baseball, and where do you feel you're at with it right now?
I already had that pitch, same grip, same everything once I had got here to pro ball, so it's just really working on that over time and more reps. And this year I feel like it's definitely been one of my best pitches, and, you know, moving forward, just keep tagging with that pitch, and even when they hit it, you got to throw it again and show them they can do it again.
What's the pitch in your arsenal that you feel you need the most work on, and how have you tried to work on that pitch?
Earlier this year, it was my command with the fastball. That's been a lot better as of lately. I wouldn't say my main focus is on this, but just the pitch I can probably work on the most right now is my changeup. Getting that more in zone. Movement-wise is great. Just location and attacking in the square with that pitch is really what I'm working on right now.
Major League Draft is coming up. Seemed like yesterday that you just went through that. But you went through it in a weird year, right? 2020, and you got drafted. It was only 5 rounds. What do you remember about that draft year?
What I remember from that draft was just the limited opportunities that we have compared to the drafts prior and the drafts like the past couple of years, that the rounds are we got a little bit more rounds in there, a little bit more picks. But I went into that draft just, you know, thinking that there was an opportunity, but wasn't really expecting too much. Thank God things happen how they happen, and we're here now.
What would you tell guys going through the draft this year? What kind of advice would you give them?
Just enjoy it. You get that moment once in your lifetime. You don't get it again. So just really enjoy it, soak it in, and the only advice I can give them is just have fun and enjoy it.
You talked about over the last 5 outings how the numbers are where you want them to be. I ask guys this a lot. You're 12, 13, 14 miles down the road from where everyone wants to be. How do you shut that noise out so that you don't hear things like, oh, Marco Raya's pitching well, he might be the next guy called up? How do you shut out that noise?
Just believing and trusting in myself and believing that moment's going to come when the time is right. And I'm a big believer that God's timing is perfect. So I'm not really worried too much about when that's going to come. I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time and one outing at a time and just trying to win every day.
Well, congratulations on an incredible season and continued success.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank my guest, Marco Raya, starting pitcher for the St. Paul Saints. You can see him and the rest of the Saints all week long as they take on the Iowa Cubs. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, thanks to Sean. And Marco Raya is the Twins' 6th-ranked prospect. And if you want to see him pitch, he is scheduled to be on the mound tomorrow night in St. Paul. Up next, 3 guys born within a month of each other back here in 1997, squaring off in the series. Stay tuned for that here on your home for Twins baseball.
Whether it's strikeouts, hits, or home runs, we've got you covered with Twins baseball. Henry Lake of the Lake Show from 6 to 9, Monday through Friday.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go feel like a breeze in the new Ford Explorer. Make tough tasks look easy with the powerful performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years. Or take your adventures in the great outdoors to a whole new level with our built wild family of Ford Broncos. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait, get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Help provide for families in need with food items during Menards Food Drive. Simply head to Menards. Place non-perishable food items in the collection bin by our exit doors. And that's it. All donations will be given to a local organization representing your community to help those in need. Head to Menards to help your community today. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards. As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Center fielder, Byron Buxton here. It's time for the Sheboygan Sizzle.
You heard him, folks. Sheboygan Sausage Company brings the sizzle to game days.
Sausages, bratwurst, and hot dogs, fresh and hot off the grill. Your taste buds are in for a treat.
Don't miss out on the Sheboygan Sizzle. It's not just a snack, it's an unforgettable experience that'll keep Sheboygan on your mind. Find Sheboygan sausages, bratwurst, and hot dogs at CUBS.
I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Get ready to raise your mugs. Country Jam is coming back to Eau Claire July 17th, 18th, and 19th with...
What's going on? It's Bailey Zimmerman.
You're the last thing that I...
Hey, I'm Cole Swindell.
She had me.
What's up? I'm Sam Hunt.
I'll never be 23 with anyone but you.
Plus Jake Owen, Dylan Scott, Chase Rice, and more. Tickets, camping, and experiences are all on sale now at countryjamwi.com.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
What a year 2016 has turned out to be for baseball players here in the state of Minnesota. 3 members of that class hooking up in this series, Louis Varland and Matt Wallner for their hometown team, and Cubs first baseman Michael Busch. That is the focus of today's Select Heartland storyline. Varland very familiar with Busch as they were conference foes back in the day, Louis at North St. Paul, Busch at Simley.
He was the big dog around the high school days. I mean, he still is big dog, but back then, you know, college commit early. He was the real deal. Always a hard out. I remember playing him at his place. He hit a home run. I luckily hit one off the wall. I think I struck him out and walked him as well that game, so I might have had him in the past, but we for sure had a lot of games, a lot of battles along the way.
Yeah, that includes squaring off in both Double and AAA, and Varland knows what makes Michael a tough out.
An all-around hitter, power always, contact, power, you name it. That's Michael Busch. Great eye, great discipline at the plate, so, you know, he's a great player.
Busch has worked out in the off-seasons occasionally with Louis and Varland's brother Gus, so he has a slightly better connection there than with Wallner. Now, Matt, being up in Forest Lake, did not see a lot of Michael when they were growing up in high school, but that did not mean that he was unaware of Michael's talents.
I always knew he was a great player, and obviously showing so now and just having a great year, so always happy when someone from Minnesota goes out and shows what they can do.
Wallner and Busch were 2 of the 6 finalists for Mr. Baseball in 2016, with Wallner taking home the award. Busch always admired Wallner's abilities and his road to the show.
Matt Wallner had a great story. Just North Dakota recruit. North Dakota gets, they lose their baseball program and ends up going to Southern Miss and putting together a great career, and obviously a great career with the Twins. But he kind of came onto the radar late. I remember I had committed to North Carolina, and North Carolina had, came to watch him because he was entered the recruiting thing again, and he was a guy who, threw hard off the mound. He was a great pitcher. He could hit.
While Wallner and Varland have been able to play in front of the hometown fans so far in their big league careers, this is Busch's first chance to play at Target Field since a high school showcase almost a decade ago.
Got out there, took some ground balls, and took a few rounds of BP. Yeah, it was my first time being on a big league baseball field, so that was really cool just to see how clean it was, and the stands and everything. So I remember how cool it was to just step on that field, but it was kind of quick.
And Busch has a favorite moment watching the Twins here at Target Field.
Jim Thome's walk-off home run, I think, against the White Sox. That's probably my fondest memory of watching that game here. I think that was pretty cool towards the end of the season.
Yeah, that big 2-run homer off of Matt Thornton on August 17th of 2010. Now Busch, a left-handed power hitter, providing memories for fans like the 3 home runs he launched last Friday against the Cardinals. And in addition to Busch, Wallner, and Varland, you can add Isaac Collins of the Brewers, who is from Maple Grove class of 2016, to this talented group. That is our storyline presented by Select Heartland Chevy Dealers. Log on to ChevyDealOnline.com to find a dealer near you. That's a wrap for the Menards pregame lineup card. Game 2 with the Cubs coming up here in your home for Twins baseball.
Don't just get a nice ride. Get a Mauer Nice ride. This month's Mauer Nice, get up to $11,000 off MSRP on new Sierra 1500s. Mauer GMC. We are professional grade. See dealer for complete details, including additional incentives.
Bring the fun to family time with a visit to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Start by making a splash and memories at the lagoon. Our indoor water park includes a lazy river, an activity pool, and more exciting features. Then hit the lanes at Island Extreme Bowl for some family-friendly competition before you head to our luxurious hotel for a relaxing night away. Book your stay now at ticasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
There's no one size, shape, color, or batting stance that makes a ball player a ball player. Every game, every play, and every player is different. There are flat brimmers, bent brimmers, never quite on straight brimmers, tall shortstops, speedy sluggers, and unwashed lucky t-shirt wearers. The game doesn't just celebrate our differences, it's built on them. Because baseball is for everyone. The Minnesota Twins Community Fund, getting more kids in the game.
The Minnesota Twins Community Fund is supported in part by Cornerstone Partners, Target, U.S. Bank, Treasure Island Resort and Casino, Nike, and Uponor. We thank them for supporting youth baseball and softball throughout the upper Midwest. Get involved at twinscommunityfund.org.
Baseball season is in full swing, and just as the Minnesota Twins count on a winning team, you can count on Uponor for plumbing that performs season after season. With reliable, resilient systems designed to last, Uponor is committed to sustainability, delivering efficient solutions for homes and businesses. The Twins trust Uponor, and so can you. Learn more at uponor.com. That's UPONOR.com.
Play ball. Downtown for a Twins home game? Hit up Pizza Luce on North 4th and 1st Avenue for the ultimate combo. A slice of pizza and a pint of Summit Twins Pills for just $9. Fuel up before first pitch or celebrate a win. Only at Pizza Luce downtown, just 3 blocks from Target Field.
David Festa gets the ball today for the Twins.
Strikes out the side. David Festa, nice job. 7 punch-outs on the night. That is 5 in a row.
The Twins starting pitcher is brought to you by Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville. Stop in, shop their new showroom, or check out parkjeep.com.
Hi, this is Chris Atterbury, and you're listening to Twins Baseball Simulcast on WCCO, KMND HD2 Minneapolis, St. Paul, and KMND FM and HD Minneapolis, St. Paul. The following is a presentation of Treasure Island Baseball Network.
You are listening to the Minnesota Twins. The Twins have plenty of motivation as they look to get back to the top of the American League Central here in 2025.
Buxton racing after it, still racing, dives forward, and he makes the catch to preserve a 4-2 Twins win.
Get up, and gone. A Harrison Bader 2-run homer.
Swung on a miss, he struck him out, and Joe Ryan, fans 11.
3-run homer off the bat of Larnick. Stay hot.
High and deep to left. This one carrying to the bullpen, and it's gone. France walks off the Royals.
Today's Twins game is brought to you by Target, proud partner of the Twins. Now let's head live to the ballpark.
Well, it's another gorgeous evening in downtown Minneapolis, and if tonight's matchup with the Twins and the Cubs is half as entertaining as last night's, we're all in for a pretty good ride. A couple of young right-handers on the mound, David Festa from Minnesota, as they seek to win back-to-back series for the first time since the middle of May when they took care of Baltimore and Milwaukee as part of their 13-game winning streak. He'll be opposed by first-round pick Cade Horton, former Oklahoma Sooner, who takes the ball for the visiting Chicago Cubs. Dan Gladden has the rest of your starting lineups. We've got the anthem and first pitch all coming up right here on your home for Twins Baseball.
Hey, Twins fans, this is Byron Buxton. First pitch is coming next.
Hey fans, you've probably had some memorable moments at Target Field. Well, now's your chance to post other Minnesota moments you've had on a new website. Visit NorthStarStoryMap.org to explore the collection of stories, share your Minnesota moment, and put a star on the map today. Maybe it was a fall visit to Split Rock Lighthouse, a Christmas play at the Guthrie, or catching a 24-inch walleye at a cabin up north. We'd love to hear from you. This North Star Story Map program has been financed in part with funds provided by the state of Minnesota from the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
This is Corey Provis with my wife Dana. After 13 years calling Twins baseball, I've seen some great defense. If you're dealing with pests in your own home, you need Plunkett's Pest Control for the best defense in Twins territory.
As a Minnesota family-owned and operated company for over 100 years, and more recently women-owned and operated for the last 22 years, Plunkett's local technicians will ensure your home is a no-pest zone, with responsible treatments for your pets and the environment. Glide into pest-free living with Plunkett's. Visit plunketts.net today.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with unleaded 88, how about this? Unleaded 88
can help you save big at the pump.
And it's good for the environment by cutting emissions, assuming it's safe for your car.
Any car made after 2001 is good to go.
Speaking of good, it's made right here in Minnesota, which is great for our economy.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose unleaded 88, there you have them. Unleaded 88, engine smart, earth kind. Visit mnfuels.com to learn more.
The hustle doesn't stop. Plus, your car doesn't start. Life math is complicated. Affinity Plus makes it easier with competitive rates on auto loans to help you purchase your next car without breaking the bank. Plus, our team always has your back, so you can feel good about what you buy, today and down the road. Learn more at affinityplus.org/auto. Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union, insured by NCUA.
Grown-ups, aren't Sundays more fun without... Can I have screen time? Can I have a snack? I don't want to go to Grandma's. It smells funny. And I'm bored. Bored is impossible on Kids Day at Target Field. The gate 30 for lawn is turned into Bullseye's backyard. Kids' meals are half off. Kids 12 and under can run the bases after the game. And Grandma's invited too. Enjoy your weekend wind-up with Sunday Kids Days, presented by Target. Join in at twins.com/tickets.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Hey, welcome back to Minnesota Twins baseball. Second game of this three-game matchup. Chicago Cubs rolling into town. Took it on the chin last night. Twins winning 8-1 in the opener. Tonight, it's going to be David Festa, 2-3 on the year, making his ninth start. And for the Chicago Cubs, making his 10th start, 3-2 on the year, the young hard thrower, Cade Horton. Give you the rest of the starting lineups, but first, our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That is Spectrum High School with our national anthem. Here's tonight's starting lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs, managed by Craig Counsell. Ian Happ will lead off. He's going to DH tonight. Kyle Tucker bats second. He'll be in right field. In left field, batting third, Seiya Suzuki. In center field, batting fourth, it'll be Pete Crow Armstrong. Michael Bush at first base. He'll bat fifth. Shortstop batting sixth, Dansby Swanson. Nico Horner will be at second base tonight. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth and catching to be Reese McGuire. John Birdie will be at third base, and he'll bat ninth. Pitching 3-2 on the year, making his 10th start. Right-hander Cade Horton. Here's the starting lineup for your Minnesota Twins. It'll be Byron Buxton leading off in center field. Willie Castro, he'll play second base, bat second. The DH, Trevor Larnach, he bats third. Ryan Jeffers, big night, 3 for 4 last night with a homer, 3 ribbies. He's going to catch and bat fourth. And that's brought to you by Marsden, your hometown cleaning team. Keeping Target Field that world-class facility for 16 years in running. We thank you, Marsden. Batting fifth and at shortstop, Carlos Correa. Royce Lewis He'll play third base, bat 6. Matt Wallner in the lineup. In right field, batting 7th. Ty France, he'll bat 8th and play first base. Batting 9th in the left field, Harrison Bader. And tonight, pitching, making his 9th start, will be the right-hander David Festa. Again, for your Twins, Buxton, Castro, Larnick, Jeffers, Correa, Lewis, Wallner, France, and Bader. Umpires, Alex McKay be calling balls and strikes tonight. Crew chief Alan Porter at first base. Jim Wolf, umpire at second base. And Chris Siegel, the umpire at third base. Can't ask for better nights of baseball. A lot of Cubs fans here in attendance. They were here last night, went home a little sad, but they showed up here today in droves. Hopefully they have a good pitching performance here by David Festa here tonight. He has faced the Chicago Cubs one other time, first time facing them here at Target Field. To get you started, here's Chris Atterbury.
Yeah, he set a career high in terms of his strikeouts in a game with 9 against the Cubs a year ago. And he is on the mound going through his warm-up paces this series with the Cubs. Sponsored by Mauer Auto, where you can get a nice deal on a nice ride. That's Mauer Nice. Danny, you hit on it when we opened the broadcast with Gino. First inning could be the tail of the tape for both of these young pitchers.
Yeah, and that's kind of key there, I think, for both guys to be able to come out and be able to establish something early. Two good offenses, especially top part of the order. Ian Happ struggling a little bit right now. Just went for his last 23. DH tonight, but we saw him play some stellar defense last night. Curious to see how it plays out with Suzuki out there in left tonight. So Ian Happ will lead off, but he's a dangerous. And again, also, can Festa kind of keep the running game shut down? You've got Jeffers behind the plate. We've seen that catchers have been throwing out some base runners here as of late. See if they're tested here tonight.
Well, both of these guys have had trouble in the opening inning as compared to other frames. Last time out for David Festa was in Miami, and he gave up 3 runs in the first inning. Agustin Ramirez hit the 2-run home run after an RBI fielder's choice on a double play not turned by Otto Lopez. The nice thing was Festa really showed some maturity, settled in, and was solid the rest of the way, got stronger as the game went on. Can't afford a deficit early tonight as he faces Ian Happ, DH, batting left-handed. And the first pitch is swung on and hit high in the air, right field, twisting towards foul territory, and that is a foul ball. Had home run distance, but not in the field of play. It's nothing more than a loud strike. We're underway, and it's 0-1. That pitch was middle, Danny.
Tough to keep that one fair for Happ.
0-1 pitch is wide, and the count is 1-1.
See, when you're struggling, 1 for 21, that's... Boy, I hit it good. The timing was just out in front a little bit.
1 ball and 1 strike. Festa taps the rubber, now lets it go. And it's a little half swing foul ball down the third baseline. That was the changeup. That'll be a big pitch for Festa. It's been his best pitch this year in terms of, opponent's batting average and slugging and whatnot. He'll need to use that changeup effectively to these lefties. The 1-2, off the plate away. He missed with a change, and it's 2-2. We're talking with Glenn Perkins, and the changeup that was effective against the Marlins last time out, nearly all of them were off the plate, and they got swing and chase. Cubs don't chase a lot, so he may have to be on the plate with that pitch. The 2-2. Swung on and tapped up the first base line. That's a slider, and the count stays square.
I was always curious about why guys show their whole arsenal of pitches to that first batter.
Now, that's kind of the modern game. If you've got 6 pitches, you'll see him 6 pitches in. Because this one pulled foul again, another changeup. This time the changeup ended up right in the heart of the plate. Stays 2-2.
But, Chris, it's not just the first batter. If you've seen it, Tucker in the on-deck circle, the guy in the hole in the dugout, the guys that are going to hit in this game are leaning up against the railing, watching, and how his pitches react.
2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out, and he got him off speed. The changeup that started on the plate ended up off the plate. Happ swings through it. And there's one away here for Kyle Tucker. Yeah, and more, you can step into those machines and you can see what everybody's pitches look like. aren't a whole lot of secrets out there because everything is written down and pinned on a graph. You can see how it moves, but there is nothing quite like seeing it from the batter's box. And the first pitch is tapped up the first base line. Grabbed there by Ty France. Tells Festa he's got it himself, and he does. And Kyle Tucker takes it to the bag for an easy one pitch out of Kyle Tucker. Or Ty France, I should say, takes it to the bag. Only one Kyle Tucker involved in that play. 2 outs here, Seiya Suzuki. So 2/3 of the way there. Again, the ERA spiking for both of these young starters in the opening frame. And that shouldn't be a surprise. You see teams come out ready, prepared, and then the good ones still make their adjustments, as we saw Festa do against the Marlins. High leg kick from David. He unwinds to the plate, and he misses in off the plate, 1-0. That's a ball, Danny, but that's an important pitch to push the righty off the dish a little bit.
Let's see how many changeups he throws to right-handers tonight.
Swing and miss. There's a slider, and it's 1-1. More sliders typically to... But he's first in the National League in runs batted in, first in extra base hit, fourth in home runs. He walked last night, and he struck out swinging 3 times. 2 out, empty bases. Here's the 1-2. Swung on a miss. He struck him out on another slider. A couple of punch outs in the first for David Festa. The Slim Reaper goes through the order in order, 1, 2, and 3. No damage done for the Cubs. Top half of the first inning. We keep it right here at Target Field. You can't spell triple without trip. And today's contestant in quick trips around the bases, Jackson Lindbergh from beautiful Mankato, Minnesota. Jackson, if a Twin hits a triple, and we know they're due, you win $2,500. Compliments of Giant Snacks. See your neighborhood quick trip for details. You win that kind of money, Danny, you probably win some new friends.
Hopefully we can give that away here tonight. Don't forget, Major League Baseball is taking over Atlanta with the game's biggest event. His first check out, Byron Buxton in the T-Mobile Home Run Derby in his home state on ESPN. It's happening July 14th at 7 p.m. Then catch the 95th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 15th at 6 p.m. on Fox. It wasn't too long ago. They used to have 2 All-Star games.
Yeah, you and I were talking. One of the cool things they're doing again this year, they're going back to the team jerseys.
Yes.
For a while there, there'd been like a National League special jersey, an American League special jersey, and players didn't always love them. And finally they said, you know what? Fans used to love seeing all the different jerseys. They're going to go back to wearing your own jersey, and I'm a fan of that.
You just recognize the player that he plays for. He represents the Minnesota Twins, and a guy with the San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
I think it's classic.
Patrick Bailey's on target. The Giants catcher 2 for 4. A walk-off inside the park home run last night as San Francisco beat Philadelphia 4-3. First catcher since Benny Tate back in 1926 to hit a walk-off inside the Parker. Brought to you by Target, proud partner of the Twins. I don't know if they had fences in 1926 for Benny Tate. I'll have to ask Jack Morris and Bert Blyleven about that. I do know that the Phillies got the revenge because they beat the Giants 13-0 this afternoon. So they weren't too happy about it. Well, here is Byron Buxton. You heard about the home run derby. He was out practicing again with Tommy Watkins today. Led off the game with a double and scored 2 runs yesterday. First pitch on the way from Cade Horton and a big swing and miss, the count 0-1. Buxton has driven in 53 runs. His career high is 56. And we're not to the break yet. He has scored 59. His career high scoring runs just 69. So he is streaking towards season bests in those 2 very important categories. Horton, the right-hander, delivers, and a swinging miss. That's the breaking ball, a sweeper, they call it. It's 0-2. You heard Rocco say, slider, sweeper, I don't know what you call it, but it's a good pitch. And we need to not chase it off the plate as Byron did there. 0-2. A heater that came up and in and nearly hit Byron. Instead, it hit the knob of the bat. Pops up foul behind home plate. The count stays at 0-2. And now, I think home plate umpire Alex McKay is asking, was that a swing? Is that what they're checking with the umpire? Let's see. Nick Paparesto's out. Here's Alan Porter. Turning his mic on. Craig Counsell comes out. He's got his palms to the sky like, what are you guys talking about?
And he put his hands up and They're going to say it's a
The
foul.
call on the field is a foul ball. Minnesota is challenging that the batter was hit by the pitch.
So that was it. It was a very quick challenge from the Twins dugout. Of course, this manager's challenge brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery. Are you game? Just say, I'm in. Minnesota Lottery, where fun is always in play. So the Twins are saying that Byron got hit. It's right near his hand. You always worry about a hitter's hands in those situations. Paparesta and Baldelli out there looking at Byron's hand. Here's Alan Porter.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The batter was hit by the pitch. Minnesota will retain their challenge.
So win one for Joey Casey. That's the good news. The bad news is Byron's still having his left hand looked at by Nick Paparesta. They're kind of wrestling around on the far side, the pinky finger where his wedding band is. Now he's taking his gloves off on both hands. They're trying to grip the bat a little bit. And now he's going to peel off his shin guard. Rocco Baldelli will play bat boy. And Buck will go down to first base. So for Cade Horton, Danny, worst case scenario, you get ahead of the All-Star 0-2 and then you hit him on a pitch up and in, and now speed at first base, and Willie Castro will bat.
Yeah, I'm just more worried because that sounded like it hit him flush. It did deflect straight back into the netting, so it didn't just hit him and drop straight down.
That was a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Castro will bat. Buck, a good lead, doesn't go. Heater for a strike, and the count 0-1. Horton, strongly built. He's from Norman, Oklahoma. Grew up a big Sooners fan. Committed to Oklahoma, and his commitment was so strong, nobody even bothered to draft him out of high school. He said, look, I'm going to Oklahoma. And he was going to play two sports for the Sooners. As Castro takes wide, and the count is 1-1. He was a quarterback and a really good one. And the plan was get the baseball scholarship, walk onto the football team. Then he ended up getting hurt his arm. Couldn't pitch. Couldn't play football either. So 1-1 swung through. Good sweeper. It's 1-2. When he came back off the Tommy John surgery, he actually played third base before they put him back on the mound. Got back to pitching. Cubs tabbed him with the 7th overall selection. Again, one pick in front of Brooks Lee in that draft. Ball and 2 strikes to Castro. Heavy pull shade is on. Birdie's lined up at shortstop, the third baseman. Pitch to Willie is swung on. A little swinging bunt nubber foul up the third base line. And the count remains 1-2. We talked about some of Horton's lines, and he's had really good games and then classic younger starter games. He went 7 scoreless against a punchless Cleveland lineup. But he gave up 7 runs on 8 hits in just 4 innings against a good Houston lineup. 6 runs against Seattle and Cal Raleigh. No runs against Pittsburgh. Throw over to first. Buck dives back safely. Yeah, and again, that's not a knock on Cade Horton. That's just almost what you would expect. As a young starter, good stuff, trying to navigate the nuances of pitching in the major leagues. Nobody out. Buck at first. We're scoreless. There goes Byron. Pitch is taken, and it's dropped by the catcher McGuire on the exchange, and Buck steals number 17. So ball 2 to Willie Castro is stolen base number 17 in as many tries for Byron Buxton. And he's now in scoring position for Willie Castro.
Well, he's got just electric speed, and he's so graceful, even as head first slides about 10, 15 feet, and then kind of does a little push-up on his feet, ready to advance.
Castro swings and misses at the sweeper, changeup for strike 3, and down goes Willie Castro. So Buck steals it, but cannot advance during Castro's at bat. He'll leave it to Larnach. Buxton, by the way, now 110 stolen bases. He is 6 shy of your all-time total of 116 for 6th on the Twins all-time list. And I love you in the record books, Danny, but I'd love to see him break that sooner rather than later. Big swing and miss by Larnach. It's 0-1.
Why sooner?
It means he's running, he's active, the Twins are aggressive, and they're scoring runs.
Well, if the situation presents itself, yes. Like right now, he should steal third base.
Birdie's way off the line at third. Birdie, former stolen base champ in this league, is a swing and miss by Larnach on a curveball. And the count is 0-2. talked about it a lot. Have you ever talked to Byron about it, about stealing third?
I talked to him about stealing bases. And don't be afraid. And if you're 80%er, you're running, especially if the game dictates it.
Swanson's right behind him, and this ball is hit high in the air to left field. That's Suzuki in left field today, drifting back to the base of the wall. He'll make the catch just in front of the wall. Byron bluffing from second doesn't go. And it's an opposite field fly ball out for Larnach. There are 2 out. And Ryan Jeffers, riding a couple of 3-hit games in succession, will be the batter.
Look, Chris, I was never somebody to run a base just to pad a stat. There are very few times that I ever have the green light. Usually I had to wait for Tom Kelly to kind of flash the steal sign.
Here's Jeffers, back-to-back 3-hit games, 6 for his last 8, a mammoth home run last night. First inning's been the problem for Horton this year, and his first pitch dots for a strike, a sweeper on the outside corner. Horner and Buxton chatting it up at second base as the Cubs' second sacker now retreats to the back edge of the infield dirt. Sun sweeping across the outfield, and a pitch fouled away down the right field line into the third deck for Jeffers. And it's 0-2, so Cade Horton, Danny, has been ahead quickly with 2 strikes on all 4 hitters he's faced.
Yeah, good fastball, and he does like to pitch inside, but he's got that good slider.
Jeffers anchors in, chokes up. He set up outside, and the pitch bounces up to McGuire. It's 1-2.
And what did Rocco say? He wasn't sure if it's a sweeper slider. He just says, he calls it a good pitch.
He said, I can't keep track of all the names. I just know it's a really good pitch. Correa coming back to the dugout from the on-deck circle. Jace Tingler whispers something in his ear, hoping he gets a chance here in the first. Buck at second, 2 out. The pitch swung on and hit sharply through the left side for a base hit. Here comes Byron spinning around third. Suzuki up, his throw nowhere close. Byron scores. RBI single, Ryan Jeffers, and it's 1-0 Twins. Yeah, the first inning's been the burr under the saddle for Cade Horton. And that's a big-time 2-out, 2-strike base hit for Ryan Jeffers. Those are the type of game-changing hits, inning-changing hits the Twins have been lacking for the better part of June.
Stay hot. Jeffers is swinging a hot bat right now. He's, even with 2 strikes on him, he's able to make some pretty good solid contact.
Now Correa, who watches low, 1 ball, no strikes. Correa nearly a 300 hitter here at home this year. Yeah, they need Jeffers to keep doing that. Ryan heating up as we steam towards the All-Star break. Twins trying to get back to 500. 1-0 in there for a strike to Carlos, 1-1. Another good crowd. A ton of Cub fans are in attendance. Ran into former Twin Ryan Lamar wandering the concourse. His young son was with him.
Didn't he have that big hit when we were in
Puerto Rico? Won the extra inning game in Puerto Rico. The 1-1 pitch in the air, right center field. Tucker over. Tucker watches it, lost in the sun, bounces off the base of the wall. Jeffers being waved in. Here's the relay from Swanson. The throw, the slide, he's safe. Jeffers, a sand angel at home plate as he snuck his palm just under the sweep attempt from Reese McGuire. And for the moment, the Twins lead 2-0. It looked like Gold Glover Kyle Tucker never saw that ball. Craig Counsell is top step, not going to challenge. He will send birthday boy Tommy Hotovy, the team's pitching coach who turns 44 today, out to the mound to chat with Horton. But Danny Tucker just froze in the sun out there.
Yeah, he's got glasses on, but still he played it well off the wall. The reason Jeffers made it is the relay into Swanson, the shortstop. He fielded it and just stopped, thinking that Jeffers was going to be still at third base. He caught it, turned around, dropped the glove down by his side, and then saw Jeffers run, and then had to pick it up and throw to the plate. Made a nice throw.
An aggressive
bang play, but
yeah, we saw it with Larnach the other day, Danny, with that head first slide at home plate. Twins taking some chances, getting aggressive, and 2-out connections from both Jeffers and Correa, staking the Twins to a 2-0 lead, similar to last night's ball game. Now it's Royce Lewis. Hotovy back to the dugout.
It's inexcusable on the shortstop, Swanson. He's got to be able to read that play a lot better than that.
Correa at second, the pitch to Royce wide, 1 ball, no strikes.
Now, as you go out for the relay, he was the second guy in the relay. Horner was the lead guy, and Tucker missed him and got it to Swanson. But Swanson's got to be looking over his shoulder to see where that base runner is.
The 1-0 pitch swung on and popped up. Get out of play. First base side at will. Danny, should somebody be in his ear? Should somebody be saying 4-4-4?
No, if it goes to Horner, the second baseman, the lead guy, then he's his eyes, and he's communicated to it, let him know home, home, home.
Runner at second, 2 out. Ground ball to third. Flagged there by Birdie. Birdie across the diamond to get Royce, and the inning is done. But the Twins tag young Cade Horton for a couple of runs here in the first, both with 2 outs. It's 2-0 Twins after one, right here on your home for Twins baseball.
Marty can join me Monday through Friday, 9 to noon, to tell Jordana why she's wrong on WCCO.
It's time for change. Experience better banking and put your financial goals in motion with Royal Credit Union. It's time to get more from your checking account, upgrade your vehicle, or finally build your dream home. Royal offers the financial solutions you need and the advice you can trust to plan for what's next. Better banking is one change away. It's time to switch to Royal Credit Union. Get started at rcu.org/time. Insured by NCUA. Loan subject to credit approval. Equal housing opportunity.
Thank you for making Broadway Pizza a Twin Cities tradition since 1953. From our famous thin crust, original Broadway sauce, and homemade Italian sausage to our melty mozzarella, every pizza is prepared with love and appreciation. We are humbled to serve 13 communities in the metro and hope to see you soon.
Auto Owners is local, personal, and affordable. That's simple human sense.
Ask Ken Jarko Agency in Edina if auto owners make sense for you.
Hey guys, it's Carlos Correa. I'm here at Opel Autos, the #1 Ford dealer in Minnesota. I always choose Opel Autos for the honest people, stress-free experience, and best selection. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, trust me and choose Opel Autos.
You know that feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? Well, worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on the stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food and connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
2-0 lead for David Festa as he attacks Pete Crow Armstrong. PCA in from the left side. First pitch hacking, wields one back into the net. And the count is 0-1. Cool moment here between innings. Tonight, of course, they gave away the Billy Stranger Things bobblehead. Billy, the doppelganger of Twins right-hander Joe Ryan. As a pitch delivered low in the count 1-1. And they announced at the conclusion of that bottom of the first that Joe Ryan is scuttling his All-Star break plans and going to Atlanta as a member of the American League All-Star team. This ball hit high in the air to center field. Buck shields his eyes with his glove, drifts back in front of his own bullpen and makes the catch on the warning track. One elite center fielder retires another, and there's one out for Michael Busch. So congratulations to Joe Ryan, Danny. Well deserving of his first All-Star nod.
You know, I prefer it that way than, the other day in front of the team, and now it's Joe Ryan. I was going with Byron Buxton. I thought that was special right there. The fans got to really kind of help celebrate it. And Ryan came out top step and tipped his cap. Good honor for him.
And well-deserved as Busch awaits. We heard from Michael in our pregame show as he takes a strike. He and Louis Varland going back and forth in the old high school trenches, both football and baseball. Louis was a wrestler. And while similarly a powerhouse wrestling program, Busch was a hockey player. No balls and a strike. And the pitch is there for strike 2, and it's 0-2. I kind of like the Mutual Admiration Society. Louis was like, no, it was all about Busch. He was the early commit to the Marquee program. I was just going to Concordia. And then Wallner was going to North Dakota. But Busch said, no, look what Wally did, turning himself into a big star at Southern Miss. There's a pitch just low, and it's 1-2. You love to see those battles from the youth baseball fields here across Twins territory, now turning up on Big League Diamonds. 1-2 pitch. Swung through, and down he goes. Busch is out on strikes. Third strikeout for Festa. 2 away for Dansby Swanson. You know, before Joe pitches in the All-Star game, Danny, he's got another big matchup. He's going to get the ball Friday night here against Paul Skeens. They have announced it. Pittsburgh has announced the rotation. And if you care even a little bit about good pitching, Friday night, Target Field, Ryan versus Skeens. First pitch to Swanson, in for a strike. There was Swanson, who fell asleep on the relay throw, allowing Jeffers to sprawl across home plate, just beat the swipe tag of McGuire for the Twins' second run. Fastball misses down and away. It's 1-1. Was on the field watching Swanson take his ground balls today, and he came off after a long session, taking live balls during BP. As a breaking ball low, it's 2-1. And Danny, he went right to his coach, and he was unhappy. Something, you know, he felt he was bringing his head. His head was staying up. His body was coming down. He just felt out of whack on the ground balls he was taking. And they were kind of puzzling through the mechanics of it. Pitch on the way. Missed in the count 3-1.
Yeah, you talk about that matchup on Friday. Yes, Twins have had some good pitching matchups. I'm going to go back to when Paddock went against Littell. Good matchup there. Not the marquee names.
How about Paddock against Skubal when we were in Detroit?
Exactly.
3-1 in for a strike.
Yeah, but I'm talking about here at Target Field when we're home on this homestand, long homestand. You know, there's some good matchups, good pitching matchups.
They are great ones.
We've seen.
I adore Zach Littell. I love him to death.
Yeah, it might not be the marquee names.
I don't think he's moving tickets like Paul Skeens. We just haven't seen Skeens pitch in person yet, which I'm excited about. 3-2, line to short, caught by Carlos Correa. One shortstop lines out to another. So the inning starts with center fielders exchanging pleasantries and ends with a line drive out to shortstop. Another 1-2-3 in the books for David Festa. After 1.5, it's 2-0. Twins over the Cubs on your home for Twins baseball.
Listen live or check us out on the podcast. The Chad Harbin Show. Weekdays, noon to 3, right here on CCO.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Dutch Boys Durafighter is a premium interior paint and primer in one with a tough-lasting formula. It provides great scrub resistance and durability with remarkable hide and a smooth finish. Save big on Dutch Boys Durafighter paint at Menards and start your next project today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Jim Maricchio and Dan Gladden.
Coordinated Business Systems, extraordinary connections, empowering people, Jim.
First, Coordinated connects companies with extraordinary technologies.
Managed IT services, solutions, and software, copy, print, phone, and video systems.
Plus, extraordinary support.
Support empowering people to adopt evolving technologies.
Creating more business success.
Coordinated Business Systems, empowering people.
Visit coordinated.com.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Hello, Twins fans. Please join me, Paulo Lopez, in supporting the Salvation Army. Your gifts of time or money will provide food, shelter, and care for our community. Learn more at salvationarmynorth.org.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Now Walner leads off, and he takes a first pitch curveball down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. So Bush struck out. Now another member of Minnesota's class of 2016 at the plate. He swings and fouls down into his own dugout over the head of Harrison Bader on the top step. It's 1-1. Wallner again, as the story recounted by Bush, was going to go to North Dakota. He'd only hit 1 home run his entire high school career. As he checks at a pitch wide, it's 2-1. North Dakota then cancels their program. Wallner gets bigger, stronger, starts mashing balls into the stratosphere, becomes Mr. Baseball, goes to Southern Miss as a two-way star. The 2-1 hit high in the air, right field. If it's a fair ball, this one's onto the plaza, and it is way gone for Matt Wallner. Matt Wallner deep to right. It's 3-0 Minnesota Twins. Before the inning started, as you were listening to the last faint strains of that commercial break, Dan Gladden took his headset off, looked at me and said, watch Wallner hit this slider onto the plaza. And Dan Gladden, it took a couple of pitches to get there, but darn if that's not exactly what happened.
Well, a little patient on him, and just the swing, the pitch. It's just a good matchup for Matt Wallner.
Now it's Ty France. France takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. 390 feet to right, 113 off the bat. Nearly hit that Winnebago RV out there. Not as close as we've come. It's a swinging miss by France, and the count goes 0-2. I think there's a big prize if somebody hits that RV. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on a miss in France. We hardly knew you. Down on strikes for out number one. Bader will bat. Out of the second inning, Twins lead now 3-0. Bader awaits from the right side. And the pitch is taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Bader awaits 4 homers in 4 games, and he waves at a breaking ball, and the count is 0-2. You and I had our home run derby picks, and your home run derby pick was Harrison Bader.
Yep.
I had Larnach. We both had Wallner and Buck. And Bader has screamed into the lead the last couple of days with some.
Are we counting
in-game
home runs, or are we going to have them actually go down there and put on a little display?
I don't know if we can convince them to actually have a contest, but
They'll
we'll have to see.
They'll some incentive.
A ball low, and it's 1-2. 1 out, 1 in. Swinging miss, chased off the plate, and down he goes. So a swinging miss by Bader, and that strikeout number 3 for young Cade Horton. Back to the top of the order for Buxton. Before Byron hits, and Byron is out of the game. It's going to be Brooks Lee. So after being hit by a pitch, Byron played defense. He is not going to hit. Not a great sign for the Twins, but Brooks Lee will be on in Buxton's stead. And as much as we love to see Brooks hit, not a good sign when Byron has to come out of the ball game. This will push Bader probably to center. Willie will go to the outfield. Brooks will play second. So after scoring his 60th run of the year, in that first inning, he was hit by the pitch on the hand. He stole second, scored on the 2-out hit from Jeffers. Buck is out of the game. That's the first bad news of the night for the Twins as Lee tips one foul up the third base line, and the count 0-1. Brooks Lee was drafted with a number 8 overall pick back in 2022. Cade Horton went 1 spot in front of him. The pitch taken off the plate away. It's a changeup, and it's 1-1. Horton has a little reddish, kind of a Ryan Dempster look to it. Kicks and delivers. Swung on, cued into the left field corner for Lee. Stay fair. It's foul. Oh, just trying to direct that ball, Danny, into the left field corner, and Brooks was thinking 2 coming out of the box.
You know, you had talked to Derek Falvey the other day about the draft that is coming up, and you know, you tried to pin him down as though you're looking for a certain position type guy. And they've always said that we're going after the best pick, the best athlete that might be on that board.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on and rolled to the right side. I think he broke his bat. Scooped up by Horner. He throws to first, and Lee is retired. We'll see what we can discern about Byron Buxton's hand. Right now, we've got 2 in the books, a 3-0 Twins lead, and an update with Mark Janoski coming your way on your home for Twins baseball.
Let's bring home a big Twins win, and I'll bring you home during drive time. Jason DeRusha, PCO.
With its smart, sustainable water solutions, Pentair delivers cleaner, filtered water while helping reduce plastic bottle use at your home and now at Target Field. Bring your reusable water bottle to the ballpark and fill it up at one of the Pentair water stations located throughout Target Field. Great tasting water, less plastic. It's a home run. Visit Pentair.com/twins to learn more. Pentair, the official smart, sustainable water provider of the Minnesota Twins.
Hey, it's Corey Probus with my wife, Dana. You've heard me call home safe hundreds of times throughout my career. I want Twins fans to keep their own home safe with Plunkett's Pest Control. From ants and mice to even bigger wildlife challenges like bats and raccoons.
Plunkett's Pest Control covers all the bases with their team of local technicians who are trained and ready to defend your home. From year-round protection programs to urgent visits, Plunkett's is your all-star team for pest defense. Slide into pest-free living, be like our family, and join the Plunkett's Pest family today at plunketts.net.
A little update for you, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. You just heard Chris and Danny talking about it. Joe Ryan announced as being an all-star now. Here's Joe's reaction to getting that call.
Super excited, and I don't know, the first thought that came to me was just being excited for Buck and being able to watch the home run derby and him be at his home ballpark. I think that's just like such a cool aspect of this game that I get to share that experience with him, and then everything builds. My family's coming out, Claire and I are going to fly out, and I'll just be excited for the week and festivities and go out there and represent the Twins and have a good game.
Yeah, so great news for Joe Ryan, but of course now we're all holding our breath, making sure that Buck will be in Atlanta for the home run derby and the All-Star game after getting hit on the left hand and now exiting the game. Guys?
Yeah, and we'll be keeping an eye on that. In the meantime, Bader goes to center, Castro is in left, Brooks Lee is at second, and David Festa delivers a first pitch strike to Nico Horner. 3-0 lead for the Twins. Festa steps back, sweeps the dirt off of his pitching plate as Horner collects his thought, anchors the helmet back on top of his head, in from the right side. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and popped up off his hands. First base side, foul territory for France. Ties at the wall, he makes the catch, and there's one down. And how about a belated 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins baseball?
AM 830 and 102.9 FM HD2 Minneapolis, St. Paul. The voice of Minnesota and the home of Twins baseball. News Talk 830 WCCO.
Festa will face Reese McGuire, veteran backup catcher, bats left-handed. Wearing that Cubs blue top, gray pants as Festa delivers. And it's on the inside corner for a strike. You know, we always have the best view in the house for the different jerseys. And the Cubs, team that doesn't come here all that often, a lot of fans, a lot of great jerseys to choose from. It's the 0-1 deliver, and it's low. And I had said yesterday I thought Ernie Banks would probably be my go-to, and there's a couple of cool throwback Ernie Banks jerseys. We've seen some Sandbergs. I just saw Jeff Smarja, and also an old Andre Dawson. This one popped up foul, third base side. Lewis racing over, foul territory in front of the Cub dugout. It lands on the roof of the dugout, and it's 1-2. So remember the old blank check for Andre Dawson, and he said he'd play for whatever. He had an MVP year for last place team. A beautiful pale blue Cubs Andre Dawson, number 8.
That was the collusion year that owners got together and don't outbid yourself. And Dawson was just coming off a monster year in Montreal, and showed up in spring training and said, "I want to play for the Cubs. You write the check, I'll play."
1-2 pitch, and it's taken low, 2-2. Some Ron Santo jerseys, of course, dotting the crowd, and Chris Bryant. I saw Javi Baez. I saw Jake Arrieta. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled off the foot of Reese McGuire. Another big crowd, over 30,000 last night. We'll be pushing that tonight. Twins won 8-1 last night. They're up 3-0 here. They've lost Buxton. Festa's retired the first 7 men he's faced. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up. Third base. Lewis. Festa's over there. Royce calls him off, and Royce makes the catch. A step into foul territory. 2 out for Birdie. I think the old high school shortstop in Festa took over there back when he wasn't 6'6". He wanted to ball hog that one, but Lewis called him off, and now the bottom of the order, John Birdie, the former Marlin.
I'm looking at my scorecard from last night, and there was a lot of soft fly ball outs, and we're seeing a little bit of the same here, making outs on that changeup.
And this ball lined into left field, and Birdie has a base hit. He's thinking about 2 as Castro scoops it up, and Birdie will settle for a hard turn. And a chat with his first base coach. It's a 2-out single, and we flip the lineup card. For top of the order, Ian Happ.
More fastball sliders to the right-handed hitters. Going to probably eliminate that changeup. Some right-handers still throw that changeup to righty-righty matchup, but mostly changeup fastballs to the left-handed hitters.
Hey, elevate your gaming experience as a member of Treasure Island's Passport Club. Join for free and receive access to exclusive benefits, promotions, and more. Visit TICasino.com for details. As Happ takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. He struck out in the first, just 2 for his last 24. Cubs are always just 1 swing away. So Twins can't rest on their laurels even with a 3-0 early lead. Festa turns his numbers towards his own dugout. Hands to the chest. Birdie dives back as they throw over. And Birdie is safe. You just kind of feel a little current of electricity in the ballpark tonight. Twins trying to win another series. They've won 5 of their last 6 at home. Nod of the head. And the pitch. That's taken for a strike on the inside corner. That's a good pitch, Danny. A fastball in. And you talked about all the pop-ups, and that's in large part because the Twins have effectively worked in.
Yeah, one thing about Festa, though, he's also pitching ahead. He's able to get strike 1 in there. That opens up the secondary pitches, or at least kind of can start picking on corners.
Breaking ball swung through. Pardon me, that was a fastball. It had some tail on it. It was up top of the zone. It's 1-2 to Ian Happ. Happ was the first Cincinnati Bearcat ever drafted in the first round, but he cannot lay claim to being the best player they've produced. Sandy Koufax probably always going to hold that distinction. As this ball hit high in the air into the left field corner, Castro chasing near the wall, reaches out and makes the catch as he bends over at the belt buckle into the first row of fans without number 3 clutched in his glove. Nice job, Willie Castro. Baseball has a way of finding the guy who moves to a new position rather quickly. Festa, another scoreless frame. We've played 2.5. It's 3-0 Twins. This is home for Twins baseball.
Twins analysis and insight every weekday morning with me, Vanita, at 8:40 on WCCO Radio.
When injury strikes, we're ready to fight. Postman Law has delivered over $3 billion for its clients. Don't let insurance companies strike you out. Call 844-POSTMAN for speed, ease, and results. We handle everything. Need a win? Postman delivers. Call 844-POSTMAN. Postman Law, your personal injury firm, on your side from first pitch to final inning. Offices, Minneapolis.
Total Transportation is hiring full-time, part-time, and CDL licensed drivers, offering flexible shifts, benefits, and competitive wages. Basic knowledge of the Twin Cities and surrounding areas is a plus. Apply online today at TotalLimo.com.
July 21st through 27th, the 3M Open returns to Minnesota for golf's Northern Swing. The most fun you'll have on a golf course. PGA Tour stars, plus food and fun at Fan Village. Tickets available now, including the Stilly Party Deck experience. The spot for music, games, food, and all-you-can-drink Stilly. Purchase tickets today at 3mopen.com.
Park Jeep is your Minnesota Jeep store, and you'll find your perfect partner for any adventure, like the legendary Wrangler or roomy Wagoneer, getting it done from sun up to sundown. So take it from Joe Ryan.
Nothing gets you home like a new Jeep from Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville.
As the grocer to the friendliest state in the nation, Cub knows what makes Minnesotans happy. It's the little things, backyard cookouts, weekends at the lake, and great deals on summer favorites, like USDA Choice Beef Petite Sirloin Steak, just $6.99 per pound. Whole seedless watermelon, $3.99 each with My Cub Rewards. And quick and easy beef and chicken kebabs at $6.99 per pound. Fire up the grill and the smiles. Shop Cub.
Willie Castro takes strike 1 from Cade Horton to lead off the home third, 3-0 Twins. Chris and Danny with you on a glorious night here in downtown Minneapolis. Glad to have you on board wherever you are joining us. As Castro fouls one off his front foot, the count 0-2. I know we got some listeners tonight, Danny, in my hometown, back in Montana. And it's weird because when I was waiting for some food out on the concourse with Ryan Lamar, we were chatting and we're talking about his kid, and they've moved here. His in-laws are from Edina, and he asked about my family, and I said, oh, they're back in Montana. And this woman just turns around and goes, I'm from Bozeman. Pitch low, 1-2, and I'm like, oh, well, so am I. About 50 years before you were there, but nice to meet you. And That's all she had to offer. We talked about which school her kids went to, and away she went. So there's some Montana in the air tonight. Horton breaks his hands out of the glove, points at his pitch comm. Now points at it again. He's not changing the pitch comm, Danny, but there was some sort of an issue with it. They allowed him to break his hands on the rubber. 1-2. And that's low. 2-2.
So did she end up buying your pizza?
No, she did not.
Did you buy her pizza?
No, she just scurried off into the night. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled. And the count stays at 2-2. I did make peace, though. Patricia, who works over there, is outstanding. And she's a huge Ohio State fan. And so I introduced her to Ryan Lamar, and I said, look, he went to Michigan. I want to broker a little peace deal right here and now that you guys would get along. Both Twins fans here at Target Field, and I left them to it. 2-2 pitch. It's taken low. Willie gets to a full count now on Horton, who has yet to walk a batter. Story of the game for the Twins, a 2-run first, 2-out clutch performance there from Jeffers and Correa. Solo home run from Wallner. Festa's been good. Buck leaving with a hand injury. Swing and miss by Castro. He swings through that changeup and down he goes. So that's the second time that he is fanned. And now it's Larnach's turn. Byron was hit by a pitch to open the ball game. Stayed in the game, stole a base, scored a run, played some defense. But before his next at-bat, removed for Brooks Lee. We will update you as soon as we know anything. As Larnach takes low, 1 ball, no strikes. You talked about Wallner before he hit the home run, his swing plane matching up with the sweeper. What about the way Larnach swings? Different plane altogether?
He threw him a first pitch changeup right there and coming after him with the fastballs. And
fouled that one away?
Yeah, Larnach flew out to left field on a fastball his first time up. Just missed it a little bit. So good chance that Larnach's going to see mostly some fastballs here. Which
is reverse of basically his whole career. He watches a strike here on a heater at 95, and the count is 1-2. Early on, he rarely, if ever, saw a heater, especially not in the zone. This year, much better against the off-speed. They set up in, they come in, and he swings and misses as he chased right over the top of a heater for the second out of the inning. 5th strikeout for Cade Horton. Boy, that time, Danny, he just came burrowing in off the plate with that heater. Good pitch.
Well, good location of it. That's the fastball that kind of cut in a little bit.
Yeah, that starts in the middle of the plate. It ends up almost hitting you in the thigh. Ryan Jeffers will bat. And Jeffers gets a first pitch high, a sweeper. 1 ball, no strikes.
Let's see if he stays hot. And, sometimes just watching guys have at bats and how they take pitches tells you they're locked in. Like right there, that's a fastball in. A lot of guys will open up and take it, similar to what Byron did when he got hit by a pitch. Whereas if you can rotate in toward the catcher, tells me he picked it up right away, could see that it was running in on him and rotated in.
2-0 pitch. Breaking ball away, 3-0. Boy, he is on everything right now, isn't he? Because the 2 pitches that missed before the inside pitch did not miss by much.
You'll hear veteran pitchers tell you that, and we've heard it with some of our guys, they're recognizing now how a hitter reacts.
3-0, called strike. That's a gift strike on a 3-0 count.
I think he called it because Jeffers just stood there.
I missed in. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. And it's taken for strike 2. Jeffers trying to walk his way to first base that time, and Alex McKay says, should have tried that on the first one that missed. That was a good pitch. Count full. 3-0 Twins. Bottom half of the third. Twins haven't won back-to-back series since they handled Baltimore and Milwaukee back-to-back in May. Breaking ball up the third base line. That's a foul ball by about a foot. Well, it's down into the corner. Ball kid's going to chase it down. Gets away from him out to Suzuki. That's noteworthy because I believe in the 6th inning, the ball person down there is going to be Trevor Plouffe. And I want to say Morneau's going to be on the first base line at some point tonight.
How come I got 9 innings and they're only going down there for a couple?
Because you're gritty. Fastball low, ball 4. First walk issued by the Cubs. They walk fewer batters than any staff in baseball. And now Correa, already an RBI double to his name. Danny, I can't imagine you could rest your head on the pillow at night knowing you only gave a couple innings down there. I mean, you're a start it, you finish it sort of guy.
Well, if you've got Plouffe at third base, good chance there's an error.
Oh, there could be some action for the left fielder. Correa drove one to right center, off the wall for a double his first time up. Pitch is there for a strike 0-1. He chased Jeffers all the way home from first, and Jeffers' uniform still bears the marks of it. He was doing a snow angel behind home plate when gasping for air as he slid across head first, rolled onto his back. Pitch to Carlos away, and Carlos, who has been falling prey to that sweeper off the plate lately, did not pull the trigger. 1-1.
I think my highlight down there was playing catch with Eddie Rosario in left field.
You didn't get a lot of action, unfortunately.
0.
It was about 1,000,000 degrees. It's a swinging foul tip. It's 1-2. You did get a visit from Juan Berenguer.
Berenguer did come down there.
Senior Smoke came down and said hi.
I want to say Marnie Gellner came down, and she might have been working, but
probably threw a ball at you. 1-2 pitch. Carlos watches it wide. It's 2-2. This will be the 60th pitch of the game for Cade Horton. We're in the third. Twins lead 3-0. Runner at first. Carlos leans out, now rocks back. Bounces the bat once, twice, 3 times off his shoulder. Throw to first, and Jeffers is out. They picked him off. Brian Jeffers picked off at first base by Cade Horton. Twins are going to hold up for a second. We'll see if they want to take a look at this one and let the at-bat continue. They won't. Jeffers picked off, and the inning is done. Carlos will reset again in the fourth. We played 3 at 3-0 Twins. This is your home for Twins baseball.
Hey, it's Reed Lake at the Lake Show, and you are listening to the radio home for Twins baseball. News Talk 830 WCCO.
If you're out on the road catching this one, here is today's safe driving tip. Schneider and their professional truck drivers remind you to never text while driving. No message is worth the risk. That's today's safe driving tip from Schneider Trucking.
Truck drivers, it's time to take your skills to a company that invests in your safety and comfort. Schneider's newer and well-maintained equipment keeps drivers moving and making money. Our trucks are spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Plus, we offer a huge selection of driving jobs so you can find a job with the home time and schedule you've been looking for. Upgrade to a better driving job today. Search jobs near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Win big while giving back. Support local bars and charities across Minnesota and North Dakota with Pilot Games.
You can play a variety of exciting ETAB and bingo games, including Twins Win and Twins Game Day Bingo. Play Game Day Bingo daily from 12 to 10 p.m. at your favorite local bar.
Pilot is the region's largest charitable gaming provider. So when you play Pilot Games, your team wins too.
Find a location near you and join the fun. Follow us on social media at Pilot Games MN.
Twins fans looking for a player that always hits for the cycle? That's Chevy Silverado. From strength and dependability to capability and advanced tech, this truck steps up to the plate and crushes big league challenges every day. Plus, with roll-formed high-strength steel and impressive cargo volume, you also get the hardest-working bed in the business. Your select Heartland Chevy dealers, proud sponsors of Minnesota Twins baseball. For current offers and to find a dealer near you, visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
This portion of Twins baseball brought to you by United Healthcare, your hometown health plan. Learn more at UHC.com. 3-0 in favor of the Twins. We go to the fourth. Here's Danny.
Well, thank you, Chris. Good evening, everybody. It is going to be Kyle Tucker leading off. Grounded out his only at bat. 1 for 3 in this series. And the first pitch from David is high, ball 1. That's a pretty good pitch count right now at 39. Cubs just 1 hit. That was a 2-out single by Birdie. Change up and laid off outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Birdie's been getting some chase pitches to the left-handers, and he got Happ. He struck out Suzuki on a slider. There's a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Tucker, 286 on the year, 17 homers, 55 driven in. They've got the leadoff man on. Last night I said it's the first time he's made the All-Star game. It's the first time he's going to be as a starter in the All-Star game, his fourth appearance at the Classic.
An update on Twins All-Star Byron Buxton, left-hand contusion is what they're calling it. That's what you want to hear.
Dangerous Suzuki bats, leads the league in RBI, 77, and runs it inside on him. And Festa is one of those guys that, not sure, same category as Simeon Woods Richardson, that third time through the lineup. This is only the second pitch down and away. This is a good Cubs ball club here, and sometimes they don't need that third time, and second time through the lineup, trying to get them figured out. Tucker at first, and down by 3. He can run. Ground ball pulled foul.
I think it's situational, Danny. It's who's available behind you, what's the score, when are the off days coming, and I think right now they're just telling David Festa, just don't worry about that. Just get outs and just pitch until we tell you, until we come get you. And if you've got a nice little lead there after 5, hey, you know what? We've got Louis Varlin, we've got Jackson, we've got Durant.
We have seen it in the past with Festa.
He's gone a little deeper.
Yes. He's got a little bit longer leash. And a pitch. And it's low. Went to the slider. Now 3 balls and 1 strike. Festa hasn't walked anybody, 3 strikeouts.
One update on that bullpen, Duran was a little under the weather last night. That's part of the reason he was never up, but he is available tonight.
Ground ball double play right here. And over the plate, but low. So Festa's first walk. So 2 on. And here comes Pete Mackey. Two on, nobody out. It's a good call right here for Pete Mackey to get out there and kind of recap, maybe reprogram a little bit.
Yeah, Pete Crow Armstrong is going to be the hitter. Obviously dangerous. He's a guy with power. He has speed. Twins have handled him so far in this series, but just kind of make sure everybody's on the same page. Against right-handed pitching this year, the young Crow Armstrong, a .306 hitter with 18 of his 23 homers.
He is a good-looking player. And everybody's kind of wondering, where'd that power come from? But he is in the middle of this lineup here, bats 4th for the Cubs. Has an opportunity with 2 on, nobody out. Tucker, good lead at second. And a fly ball into right center field, should be playable. Long run, Wallner's going to get there, and Wallner puts that one way off the end of the bat. It's one thing they say about Pete Crow Armstrong, he swings the bat. And that was probably the conference out there. And you had mentioned they want Festa to throw 60% of his changeups in the strike zone. There was a changeup right there in the strike zone out in front. He's not going to take too many pitches.
Other note there is Wallner. We talked about how he'd been trying to get his feet moving on the pitch because while he's running, he can cover a lot of ground, but he has trouble accelerating. That time he got a really good, nice jump on that ball.
Here's Bush to bat, left-handed hitter. Takes this one low, ball 1.
This is the guy that scares me more than anybody in their lineup.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's got that short, quick swing, power to all fields.
He's a real good player. And they were talking, he's not doing well against left-handed pitching right now. And they feel if they go deep or playoffs, some left-handers could put him in check. 1-0. Didn't go after that pitch, down and away, just missed the outside corner.
The only guys in baseball with a better OPS than Michael Bush are Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh, and Shohei Ohtani. So
those are pretty good.
He's having a pretty nice year. I think he'll end up in Atlanta before it's all said and done.
Swung on a miss. Changeup 2-0. Confidence in throwing that pitch. Bush bats with a count of 2-1. Swung on a miss. Chase ball 3. Well, these Cubs hitters, they like to swing. Evens count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The outfield fairly deep. Festa checks the runner. Here it is, 2-2. Goes to the breaking ball and missed low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff single, walk, fly out. Bush with a count of 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a pitch. Fouled off. Sinker at 94. Festa throws that 4-seamer about 32% of the time. Changeup 28% of the time. And that can fluctuate depending on the lineup that he faces. Payoff pitch. That one's pulled down the right field line, just foul. So a fastball he fouled off left, changeup out in front. And Festa right now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Whatever he's throwing, he's trying to throw it for a strike. Tucker lead at second. Here it is. And he laid off a pitch down, a slider. That's going to load him up for Dansby Swanson.
Well, he took some tough pitches. Fouled off some really good borderline pitches as well. That's part of his profile that I think makes him so scary.
Well, here's a guy that hit the ball hard his last time up. Had a hit last night, 2 strikeouts. Got the first hit of the ball game for Chicago last night in the 2nd inning. Cubs threatening here, bases loaded. Swung on a miss, chased ball in the dirt. That's just swinging as hard as you can. Not even seeing the ball. That should be ball 1. That was a changeup. But that's part of the identity of the Chicago Cubs. Tucker at third. You got Suzuki at second. Bush at first. And a pitch. Ground ball, the hole at short. Fielded by Correa. Is going to go to third. Not in time. 1 run's going to score. Everybody's going to be safe. It's going to be 3-1. But a nice play by Carlos Correa, diving on the grass to his right, and from his backside made an on-target throw to Royce Lewis. And Lewis ended up dropping the ball. I think a lot of it had to do with the contact. Runner was going to be safe. Suzuki at third anyway. So still nobody out. I'm sorry, 1 out. And here's Horner to bat. Swung on a foul tip. Come right after this guy.
Now make that play matter. And what I mean by that is he saved a run for you. Now go ahead and take advantage of the fact that Suzuki wasn't able to score there and get these other guys out.
That's elite defense right there, because if that ball gets by him, yes, 2 runs are going to score. Still just 1 out. Horner flew out his first time up. Fly ball right side. In the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. He's come after him with 2 fastballs, 96 miles an hour. So
we just haven't seen a lot of swing and miss on the fastball. I'd be surprised if he didn't go slider here.
Horner just 287. Ground ball, third base. Should be 2 to second. Back to first, and not in time. Boy. Close play at first base. Rocco is going to wait. The run will score. And it's going to be 3-2 Minnesota. And Rocco says, nope, he beat it out. Boy, just a 2-hopper to Lewis at third. He fielded it, on-target throw to Lee, the relay back just Boy, a half a step he beat it by.
Pretty clean turn. I mean, neither guy, bobbled the ball or was casual at all in the turn. Royce, was looking right at home plate, but instead of taking the play there, immediately was going to try to end the inning. Everything was on target. Horner just outran it.
And he had that kind of swing, Chris, that you're fooled a little bit. I'm got a half a step out of the box as I'm swinging the bat, making contact. And that was the difference at first base. Horner, 16 stolen bases. Batter's McGuire. And the pitch is in there for a strike.
McGuire just 2 for 15 this year with runners in scoring position. Have to end this right here.
2 down. And again, Jeffers keeps coming out, letting Carlos. Carlos is going to cover second base if Horner would try to run. I said he's got 16 stolen bases, been caught 3 times. You got McGuire, and really not a big hole on the right side. They've got Lee cheating to pull. Fly ball center field. Routine for Bader, and he puts that one away as McGuire. Easy fly ball out. They do push 2 across. They get 2 hits. They leave 2. New score after 3.5. It's the Twins 3 and the Cubs 2. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
What can you get for $1? Installation labor on any siding, window, or door project. BuildersandRemodelers.com.
Friday, August 15th just got even sweeter with M&M's at the Twins game. Stop by Gate 34 before or during the game and enjoy some fun-sized samples of milk chocolate M&M's. And take a picture with Red, the M&M. M&M's, it's more fun together.
Hey, your dollar doesn't go as far as it used to, except at Builders and Remodelers. For over 7 decades, Twins fans have trusted Builders and Remodelers to professionally install the highest quality products at incredible prices, all backed by a lifetime workmanship guarantee. For a limited time, get your best savings ever. Installation, labor on any window, siding, roofing, or door project, all for just $1. Yep, just $1. Plus, get 36 months no interest financing if qualified. Go to BuildersRemodelers.com for details. Nobody does it better.
Have you heard Blaze is an award-winning credit union?
That's right, Corey. Once again, Blaze has been honored as a best-in-state credit union by Forbes, and that's a big deal.
Well, congrats, Dan. Learn more at blazecu.com, insured by NCUA.
Glenn Perkins, can you believe the lineup this year?
Well, hello, Tim Laudner. I think it's the pitching that takes this team places.
Pitching? Wait, are you talking about the Twins?
Aren't you?
I'm talking about the dynamic lineup of Chevrolets at Jeff Belzer's. There's a vehicle for everyone. Great selection, great prices.
There's a reason they're Minnesota's #1 retail sales volume dealer since 2013. #1, just like our hometown Twins. Shop online at jeffbelzerschevy.com. Chevrolet.
Together.
Let's drive.
Target Field is the ideal setting for your next event. From intimate gatherings to large celebrations, our versatile year-round venues offer the ideal setting for connection and collaboration. For more, visit targetfieldevents.com.
Carlos Correa will lead off for the Twins. First pitch in there for a strike. Carlos having a couple words with home plate umpire Alex McKay. Cade Horton out on the mound. And delivers in. That's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cubs with a 2-run top of the 4th. Twins got 2 in the 1st. Solo homer by Matt Wallner leading off the 2nd. That's where we're at, 3-2. Hits are also even at 3 apiece. There's a ground ball, second base. Horner picks it up and retires Carlos Correa. Hit hard. And 1 out. And now the batter's going to be Royce Lewis. Boy, these are the kind of nights that when I would drive to the Metrodome, you're glad you're playing. You had a home field advantage. As this pitch misses inside.
But you didn't want to go inside.
Yeah, there was those, not a lot of them because I really enjoyed the Metrodome, but there was days like this. Bender missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
I can recall standing outside that loading dock in the back and just kind of waiting another couple of minutes with the sun beat down on you before you crawl out inside there.
Curve on the corner for a strike. And then there's days you drive to the ballpark and we would have those thunderstorms that would roll through. We're playing baseball. Swung on a foul tip, hung on by McGuire.
Royce is starting to pick up his hits, driving in his runs. Next thing to click in here for the rest of the season is Royce's power stroke. Get that power stroke back.
2-2 on the way. Tap foul. Tried to get the fastball down and in on him. Just fought it off. Wallner in the on-deck circle.
He's hitting 9 of his last 11 games, Danny. He's hitting .333. Multiple RBI in the last couple of games. We're waiting to see that juice in the bat.
Tap foul again. This one off the foot of Lewis. On the scoreboard, it says his sister's a personal stylist on game days for Royce Lewis, and I've seen him on getaway days, and he's polished.
He looks good.
That's polished up. And I did meet her.
She was in Sacramento.
Yes, met her in Sacramento, and she had her computer open, and she does dress a few other people on the club. Here's 2-2. There's the ball hit well to left field. Long run. Suzuki, he'll turn around, play it off the wall. Fields it, throws it into second base. Head first slide, and it's a double. Well, getting a little bit closer. That was 3/4 of the way up on the wall, 377 mark. So to go as a double, there's his 6th double of the year.
I like it. 110 off the bat, Danny, on a line to left field, and you could just, it sounded different, right? Just sounds a little bit more electric off the bat.
Looked like it was a slide piece, too, or a cutter that got good extension on it. Just watching the monitor run on him and head first slide. You know, those are the indicators right there that leg's okay, because we've seen him. Had some leg problems where he's really stretched it out. Here's Wallner. And there's a fastball. I don't believe he's going to get that slider.
Think they put that one away?
Yeah, I think he's going to go and try to attack like he did Larnick back in the 3rd inning.
Fastballs in?
He threw 2 fastballs away and then finished them off with 1 in. 1 out, runner on second. Swung on a foul tipped. 95 away.
There's your 2 fastballs away. So now if you're Larnick, you know, you're clicking in on maybe that ball running in off the plate on you?
Well, now you're trying to say, okay, I'm going to see if I can get him on the fastball inside. 96, he's got good velo, and if the hitter's looking away, I got 2 fastballs away, I'm going to kind of look out that way and lock me up on something inside. See where McGuire sets up. Changeup. Laid off, good take there. Ty France in the on-deck circle, 3-2 Minnesota.
After the Cubs picked up those 2 runs, just so critical to counterpunch here and get right back in the run column immediately.
Short lead by Lewis at second base. There's a line drive, base hit right back up the middle. Lewis held up, and Tommy Watkins going to hold him. Throw cut in and cut off by Bush. Tommy had to hold him up only because a line drive, Lewis reacted back to second base, thinking it might be caught by an infielder, and then by then it was too late to get going again. I believe that was a changeup.
Fastball.
That Wallner got his second hit with.
Yeah, it was a fastball, Danny, and it was in. They tried to do exactly what you were talking about, and it just leaked out a little bit over the plate.
Ty France went out swinging his first time up. Got a diet of sliders.
They're giving him a big alley on the right side.
I'm with you, Chris. Kind of counter that 2-run 4th. Popped up right side, might be playable. Bush in foul territory, first baseman. He's going to have room. He'll get under it and puts it away. Ty France is going to go in and tear something up.
Yeah, that's a frustrating trip. This is the moment that we talked about with Rocco Baldelli. Gino brought it up as well. And we talked about it with the Royce Lewis sac fly last night. When you get a runner 90 feet away, less than 2 outs against a team like the Cubs, you just have to capitalize on those opportunities. And now it's up to Bader to pick up Ty France.
Yeah, I'm going to take it a little farther. I think it's important against any team.
Yeah,
because if you get it done against lesser teams, then when I do have a situation against a good team like the Cubs, I've already been doing it. I'm confident I can get it done. Now it's up to Bader with 2 outs, swung on and missed.
The Twins have had some good offensive days, but they do not have the type of offense with a huge margin for error where they can just let chances go by and assume they will crop up again the next time out. Got to cash this in.
Horton delivers, and that swung on a miss. Throw down to second base. Delayed steal, and they're going to score the run as Wallner's going to be tagged out in a rundown. Perfectly executed by the Twins. Throw down to second base by McGuire. Wallner stops, gets in a rundown. Lewis scores from third base. 4-2 Minnesota. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
We keep you up to date on the news and mix in some fun. The Chad Hartman Show, 12 to 3 on CCO.
At Target, we're here for the love of the game and all that comes with it. And for you hometown sports fans, we've got everything you need to gear up and kick back during Twin season. For the hosts, we've got the most of everything you need for your backyard baseball barbecues. Brats? Got 'em. Burgers? Check. Peanuts? Popcorn? Say less. However you do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
Bring the fun to family time with a visit to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Start by making a splash and memories at the lagoon. Our indoor water park includes a lazy river, an activity pool, and more exciting features. Then hit the lanes at Island Extreme Bowl for some family-friendly competition before you head to our luxurious hotel for a relaxing night away. Book your stay now at TICasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by Papa John's. Twins win, you win at Papa John's. Day after a Twins win, get 50% off pizzas when you use the promo code TwinsWin. That's 50% off pizzas at regular menu price online. Valid online only at participating Minnesota stores. Not valid with other discounts, special crusts, or limited time offers. Riley from our network team here was working the Cubs clubhouse earlier today. Bad reaction from in there when this happened in Milwaukee.
Yates brings home the pitch. And a ground ball through the left side, into left field for a base hit. Frelick trots home, and Jackson Churio has walked off the Dodgers here this afternoon in Milwaukee.
Yeah, 3-2 the final in 10. The Brewers walk off the Dodgers. Dodgers swept by the Brewers. LA's dropped 6 games in a row. Their first 6-game losing skid since 2019. Danny.
Well, here Twins are up 4-2. And Birdie, the number 9 hitter, is going to bat. So a little bit of a buzz, at least in the radio booth here, as to what just inspired. The Twins tried that play a few days ago, and a swing and a miss came right after him, right over the top. Good sinker. And now 1 ball, 1 strike. But it was Larnach running, and it was Willie Castro at third base, and Larnach kept running and ran into the out, the tag. Popped up routine second base. Brooks Lee coming in a few steps. He'll two-hand it. Yeah, that's an easy out.
Obviously, it was addressed, Danny, and with Lewis at third, with all his leg issues, not a real speed guy at this point of his career. Wallner, not a guy who steals a lot of bags. They saw those big swing and misses by Harrison Bader, and I think that was a great time to lay that trump card on the table, and they executed it beautifully. Royce got a great jump, and Wally cut them all off guard.
Top of the order, and that's Happ leading off, and he flies it into center field, and that's easy play there for Bader. So a couple fly ball outs, 2 down.
Coulomb is up. This is that pocket of lefties here. Tucker, then the righty, then lefty. But I think with the 2 quick outs and that extra run, they'll let Festa maybe try to finish this thing off.
Well, the Cubs seem to, they can have some good at-bats, and then all of a sudden it looks like they can kind of give some away. There's 2 quick outs, 2 fly ball outs, routine. And there's a pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 93.
It's probably frustrating at times for a Cubs fan, but then other times, Happ steps up and he hits that first one into the ivy or over the ivy, and they're like, oh, yeah. It worked.
And you look at their offensive numbers, you can't argue with the offensive numbers they have. And their strike 2 is Tucker. Thought that ball was inside.
Not all strikes are created equal. That was a pitcher's pitch. That was a really good pitch. Split the zone right on his thighs, inner part of the plate.
He got him set up for that slider down around the ankles. And a pitch. Bender down. Tucker going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And a 1-2. Hit in the air. That's at second base. Brooks Lee near the chalk line, and that puts it away. A nice job. David Festa. 3 up, 3 down. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be hitters 9, 1, and 2. 4-2 Minnesota. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
When you're not listening to Twins Baseball, I want you to be listening to me. It's Henry Lake of the Lake Show, weeknights, 6 to 9, on The Good Neighbor.
Hi, this is Danny Gladden, and Mesh, Besher, and Spence remind you that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins. Mesh, Besher, and Spence knows how to hit it out of the ballpark. Whether you're hurt on the job in a car accident or suffered a personal injury, they will protect your rights. Call Mesh, Besher, and Spence, the personal injury lawyers Minnesotans trust.
The Twins are a team. They work together to win. Great River Energy and its member-owner cooperatives work together as a team, too, by serving more than half of Minnesota with reliable, affordable energy in a sustainable manner. Together, we power what's possible. Learn more at GreatRiverEnergy.com.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrrr. Do you have a dash light on? Oh yeah. Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one. So you don't need to hear the grrrr. Not with Fix Finder. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hey, peanut butter swing. Step up to the plate with new Lunchables PB&J. It's a hit for kids of all ages, no thaw time needed. Creamy, crustless peanut butter sandwiches and delicious jelly dip are ready to go whenever hunger's up to bat. Stock up on their favorite snackable sandwiches for a midday home run every time. You'll bat 1,000 at lunchtime with the guaranteed yum of Lunchables PB&J. Find them in the fridge aisle at your local Cub.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Harrison Bader, fresh at bat right here, takes it outside. Ball one. Bader was batting when the Twins had first and third. Bottom of the 4th inning, they did pull a kind of a double steal. And a pitch. Swung on a missed. Wait, Bader, just a diet of sliders. Twins leading 4-2 on 5 hits. And peeled straight back. Had a fastball there, and now in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's pause 10 seconds. Our stage to identify themselves. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
Hi, this is Chris Atterbury, and you're listening to Twins Baseball Simulcast on WCCO, KMNB HD2 Minneapolis, St. Paul, and KMNB FM and HD Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Bader takes a bender down and away. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brooks Lee due up next. As Horton delivers. Ground ball, shortstop. Swanson backhands it, comes up throwing. Pretty accurate arm and retires Bader out number 1. They experienced the magic of Barbie Game Day here at Target Field. It's happening this Sunday. This exclusive ticket package is going to include a ticket to the ball game and a Twins Barbie Game Day jersey. Get your jersey at ticket. Get your ticket at twins.com/Barbie. 1 out. Here's Brooks Lee having his second at bat. Takes it in there for a strike. Came on for an injured Byron Buxton. Byron hit by a pitch. His first at bat. Stayed in the game, stole a base, scored a run. There's a ball in the dirt. And 1 ball, 1 strike. And played some defense for that half inning. And then came out of the ball game. Next at bat, Brooks Lee hit for him. Here's 1-1. Ground ball, first base. It's fair. Underhand flip to the pitcher covering, and that's routine. It'll go 3-1. And what we're hearing from the Twins dugout, it is a contusion, which kind of a bruised hand. Initially, it was ruled a foul ball, but it was challenged. and they overturn it. Willie Castro will bat. Boy, they got more fans here tonight. I think it took a while for the White Sox fans to, what's today, Wednesday, right? Hump day. They had to get off work a little early. As Castro takes it on the outside corner for a strike.
Did you just call them White Sox fans? You might start some sort of civil unrest.
Cubs fans.
Yeah. North side.
Well, I did mention Oakland when we were playing the A's.
I called them Oakland about 100 times.
Okay. Here's 1-1. And that's low. The Cubs and the White Sox, I'm going to compare them to the Mets and the Yankees. Because I know both fans, and sometimes there's a household, and some are Cub fans, some are White Sox fans. Swung on, hit well in the right center field gap. Get up, and that's going to be off the wall. Castro, come on, we need a triple. He'll pull up at second base with a 2-out double.
Oh, an extra $2,500 on the line there in that last 90 feet, but the hop came off that wall.
Yeah, he played it too well.
Yeah, Tucker played it really well. You're hoping the bounce splits the two outfielders, and then we're backing up the Brink struck to Mankato.
I want to say Corey had a brother that might have been a White Sox fan.
He had a friend. One of his good friends had White Sox season tickets, and they would occasionally go down, and he would. But he was a Cubs snob, Corey, through and through.
He still is.
That's true.
Come on. There's the pitch inside to Larnach with 2 down, have an opportunity. You know, I hope right now he's sitting up at the lake somewhere on a chair, and he's got his left hand.
Does milk in his left hand? His cookies in the right?
No, better not. I taught him a little bit better than that. When you go on vacation, you don't drink the milk. Pitch down and in, 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, you know, Ron Coomer, who does the Cubs broadcast, played here with the Cubs. He grew up on the south side in White Sox territory.
Yep.
And he was the only Cubs fan in his neighborhood. That was all White Sox folks.
2-0 on the way. Check swing. I think he went around. Yep, he said he did. Did not hold up. Changeup on a 2-0 pitch. Presented it well. Larnach tonight, 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. And now it's bounced in the dirt. A pitch around Larnach to get a hot hitting Ryan Jeffers. Twins up 4-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. And a tapper foul first base side. In this series versus the Cubs, it is sponsored by Mauer Auto, where going the extra mile isn't some flashy upgrade. It comes standard with every visit. That's Mauer Nice. I'd say we got more than what we had last night. What did we have, 30,000, right?
Yeah, we might be 35 tonight, 34.
Here's 3-2, and that's up and away, and he takes the walk. It's the second walk issued.
It seems simple, Danny, but when the place is full, I don't care what team they're cheering for. When the place is full, it just takes the environment when the ballpark feels like this.
Well, it can be filled like this, but if it's a blowout, it's not much fun.
Here comes Counsell.
So the young kid could be done with the right-hander Jeffers. I believe they got a right-hander warming in their bullpen, and Counsell got that so methodical walk, and now when he gets to the mound, he does point to the umpire that he wants to go to the bullpen. So this pitch change is brought to you by Uponor. It's the official plumbing infrastructure and building solutions for the Minnesota Twins. They are driving sustainable change in Twins territory and beyond. Scoreboard update with Mark Janoski next year on your home for Twins baseball.
Baseball season is in full swing, and just as the Minnesota Twins count on a winning team, you can count on Uponor for plumbing that performs season after season. With reliable, resilient systems designed to last, Uponor is committed to sustainability delivering efficient solutions for homes and businesses. The Twins trust Uponor, and so can you. Learn more at uponor.com. That's UPONOR.com.
Play ball! Lakeside vacations the way they were meant to be. Justin Morneau here, and that is exactly what my family enjoyed during our stay at Madden's on Gull Lake. With over 2 miles of shoreline on a peninsula setting, discover a resort with endless experiences at Maddens.com, Minnesota's classic resort.
Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com or stop into your local Northland Ford dealer today. Cleveland down in Houston. Guardians up early.
Now the kick and delivery, and he sends one in the air to deep left. This ball's got a chance. It is gone! And for the third consecutive ball game, Jose Ramirez has hit a home run. He hit that off his front foot. He went down and golfed a changeup out of here to left.
Yeah, that made it 2-0. Cleveland seeking their first 3-game sweep of Houston since May of 2017. But Jose Ramirez earlier has backed out of the All-Star game, replaced in the American League roster by Isaac Paredes. Danny.
Well, I think we're going to get more news on guys not backing out, but maybe unwilling to play, maybe need some rest. Dinged up with some injuries. You always hear that. Guys are tired and they're going to back out, get the rest. Ryan Brazier is on for the Chicago Cubs. Brazier making his 17th appearance. Good ERA 1.20. Just 15 innings. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. Little four-seam fastball, has a cutter, sinker, and a slider. That was a nasty slider right there. 2 on, 2 out. 4-2 Minnesota here in the 5th. Ground ball, third base, backs up, gets a good hop. He'll go to second and force out the runner at second base. Twins threaten to get a hit, leave 2. 5 in the books, 4-2 Minnesota. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
See the full lineup of new and certified used Jeeps at Minnesota's Jeep Store, Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Dear baseball fans, swing into action with Toyota's 2025 lineup. Leading off, the RAV4, a utility all-star that delivers in the clutch. On deck, the spacious Grand Highlander, followed by the fuel-savvy Corolla. Next up, our slugger Tacoma, bringing upper deck power every at-bat. And rounding out the lineup, the playmaking all-hybrid Camry. For more, visit Toyota.com or your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
It's Chris Atterbury. While I may have one of the best seats in the house for the game, you can catch all the action and enjoy $5 Summit Twins Pills at any Pizza Luce. Yep, Pizza Luce is pouring $5 Summit Twins Pills during Twins home games. Stop in before, during, or after a Twins win.
Twins fans, ever face the aftermath of a storm? It can feel like a lot, but Hoffman Weber is here to help. When storms hit, we hit back harder. As your roofing, siding, window, and storm damage specialists, we're here to assess the situation and leave your home better than before. Visit us at HoffmanWeber.com to learn more today. Let us take this one thing off your plate so that you can get back to cheering on your favorite home team. Hoffman Weber Construction, an official partner of the Minnesota Twins.
4-2 Minnesota. We start the top half of the 6th inning. And David Festa back out there. You've got a left-hander, Pete Crow Armstrong, due up next. And Coulomb continues to warm up right now. Maybe this is just the righty-righty matchup as Suzuki takes a bender in there for a strike. Festa last time out went 6 innings in a loss. Gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, had 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Fly ball in left center field, tough play. Castro over. Castro makes the catch. And looks like Rocco is departing his area. And that is going to be it for David Festus. So Rocco at the lineup here. He's got a left-hander, Armstrong Bush, due up next. So this pitching change is brought to you by Uponor, leading with water, enriching lives together throughout Twins territory. Scoreboard update next with Mark Janoski next year on your home for Twins baseball.
This season, if a Twins player hits the Winnebago parked inside target field on the fly, you can win an RV or boat of your choice. Winnebago Industries presents Hit It to Win It. Enter for your chance to win at hititToWinIt.com. Limited to 1 free per person. Must be 18 years or older to enter. Terms apply. See website for details.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Whether you're a bird enthusiast or simply enjoy the sight and sounds of nature, our Enchanted Garden Songbird Supreme Bird Food is a must-have year-round. Get a 20-pound bag on sale now through July 13th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Scoreboard update, Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com or stop at your local Northland Ford dealer today. Earlier today, or actually last night, Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays named to the All-Star team in the American League, replacing Alex Bregman. Today, he was selected to partake in the Home Run Derby, and I think that was a good choice.
Rays up 6-3 as this pitch is swung on and hit deep to left field. And it's Home Run Derby time early in Detroit. Junior Caminero with his 22nd home run of the season. And just like that, it's 7-3 Tampa Bay now here in the 7th.
And that would be the final as the Rays take down the Tigers. Danny.
Here it is going to be Danny Coulomb. Nice job, David Festa. 5 1/3, 3 hits, a couple of runs. Gave those up in the 4th inning. Had a couple of walks and just 3 strikeouts. David threw 72 pitches. He'll give way to the left-hander. And Danny Coulomb pitched in the ballgame last night. Went 2/3 of it in, gave up a hit, and a walk and a strikeout.
Remember, P. Crow Armstrong tomahawked that ball into the right field corner, and Castro made a wonderful sliding catch for an out.
Armstrong, he swings the bat early. Won't be in the box long, and there's a swing and a miss. Came right after him, 85 cutter. Danny Coulomb really replaced Caleb Thielbar in that role. And that pitch missed inside on an off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Twins maybe thought, and Thielbar, he backed up a little bit last year, but he has been lights out for the Cubs this year. Check swing, see if he went, and yes, he did.
Oddly here, Danny, I'm cheering for a foul ball up the third base line. Trevor Plouffe is now in your spot as the third base ball guy down past the tarp. I don't think he has a helmet on like you did.
And that one missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's also, you wore baseball pants, didn't you?
I had shorts.
Yeah, shorts, yeah.
You know whose glove I had?
Mauer. Whose glove?
Byron Buxton.
Nice. Platinum glove.
Yes. Fouled back, healthy cut there. And 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Trevor's wearing dress pants, no helmet,
I had
sunglasses.
shorts on. I had a cup on. You kidding me? I was protected.
Trevor's taking selfies right now with guys in the front row.
Of course. Here's 2-2. Fouled back. When I was down there, you weren't wishing the ball would come down there.
I wanted you to get a play, though, because I know you wanted one.
You know what? I didn't sit where he did. I was off almost on the grass.
Yeah, you were way out there.
Yeah, I was going to field any. I wanted to be able to cover the foul line. Here's 2-2. Swung a miss. Nice job. Came up empty. Danny Coulomb gets a strikeout.
Nice job handling a really good hitter. He'll get another one here in Bush. And if he gets Bush and ends the inning, he then does not have to come back out and face a third hitter to start the next half inning, so it really slots out perfectly. But you have to get Bush first. Were you concerned when you were the ball guy that you were going to play a fair ball?
No. And there's a pitch over the plate, but high.
Did that ever happen to you as a left fielder, that maybe somebody went and grabbed a ball that was a fair ball still in play?
Yeah, I'm sure that it happened in, I think, Baltimore. And there's a strike. Evens it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coulomb sets, delivers. And there's a strike. Came right over the top. Good heater at 90.
Hitters just don't see the ball cleanly out of the hand of Danny Coulomb. And it just doesn't end up where your brain tells you it's supposed to end up.
Ahead of Bush, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, bases empty. Here in the 6th. Ground ball right side, backhand stop. Oh, got under the glove of Brooks Lee for a base hit. So a 2-out knock, and that'll get Dansby Swanson to the plate.
And now Coulomb will have to stay on to face Swanson because the inning does not end. He has to face at least 3. Not that he's a lefty specialist. I mean, he's a guy who's equally adept against lefties and righties. You have to be now with the rule change.
Well, with Swanson, make some pitches, get this guy out, but also make a mistake. Got 15 home runs. Pitch down and in. It's a good pitch. I always like that first one at the ankles. Make them move their feet. Didn't get a real good look. Didn't get my timing down. Blame the pull in the infield. There's a ground ball routine. As Lewis, he'll go to second base, force out the runner there. Nice job. Danny Coulomb, nice job, David Festa. 1 runner left. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Correa, Lewis, Wallner up 4-2. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
Twins analysis and insight every weekday morning with me, Vanita, at 8:40 on WCCO Radio.
Let's step back in time with this date in Twins history, narrated by Dick Bramer.
July 9th, 1987. The 87 Twins were 2 games up on the Kansas City Royals in the AL West. And on this date, they opened up their final series before the All-Star break. The Twins and Orioles were scoreless through 4 at Memorial Stadium until Park Center alum Tim Laudner stepped to the plate.
And the 3-1 pitch coming up to Laudner. Here it is. Swing, and there's a drive. Hit out into deep left field. This has a chance. Way back, and goodbye. A home run. Tim Laudner has connected for a 3-run homer, his 12th home run of the year, and the Twins are on the board 3-0 here in the 5th inning.
It was Laudner's 4th homer over the last 6 games, and the Twins catcher accounted for all the runs in a Twins 3-1 victory.
To catch the next moment in Twins history, get your tickets at twins.com.
We are gathered here to... What's with the blanket?
Oh, it's my Securian blanket. It's an unsubtle metaphor for the security I feel knowing I have smart insurance and retirement solutions from Securian Financial.
I see. And, sir, do you also trust Securian Financial with your insurance and retirement solutions?
I do.
Prepare for your future. Talk to your employer, affinity group, or a financial professional to get started. Learn more at Securian.com. Insurance issued by subsidiary companies. Securian Financial Services. Member FINRA.
Innovative is the hometown supplier of restroom and office essentials for the Twins. In partnership with Uniball, we're proud to sponsor the Double Plays program, donating $100 to the 463 Foundation every time the Twins turn 2. As workplace needs evolve, count on Innovative. Learn more at innovativeos.com.
This is the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Twins bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning, leading 4-2. Carlos Correa, double RBI back in that 2-run first. Hit the ball hard last time up right to the second baseman. And the first pitch on the corner for a strike. Correa's bat has been heating up. 2 hits last night. And there's a slider down and away. Brazier, he's been pretty good in limited time. Just his 16th appearance. And fouled off right side. Let's head on down to the farm. How about that minor league update? St. Paul outfielder Emmanuel Rodriguez went 3 for 4 homer. Had 3 RBIs last night. Saints beat the Iowa Cubs 11-5. It was Rodriguez's first game back in St. Paul since May 30th due to a hip injury. He has been in rehab in Florida for 2 weeks. Ground ball fielded by the First baseman Bush, he'll underhand flip as Brazier covering first and one out. Again, another well-hit ball. Why were you waving when I was talking about the Iowa Cubs?
These Cubs fans, there was just a Cubs marriage. The Cubs are everywhere. They're taking over the entire metropolitan area.
Let them. They paid a ticket. They're entitled. What about when we go to Wrigley and the Twins fans?
Remember they chanted MVP for Mauer at Wrigley Field?
And?
It's a good experience. I did notice that there was a Cubs proposal there between innings, and the guy sitting next to the bride-to-be was wearing a White Sox hat.
I saw that.
Yeah, so they're among us.
Anybody. They're all allowed.
Everybody can come.
Yes. Royce Lewis peels this one straight back into the netting. Good at bat last time and had a good pass right there, but double came around and scored the fourth run. That one missed outside. I hope what doesn't get lost in this game is the play that Rocco put on, kind of the double steal. Wallner at first, Lewis the runner at third, 2 down.
That's a great play.
Steals second and stops. And a swing and a miss, healthy cut. And it's a design play. The throw from McGuire goes through. Wallner stops. The runner from third breaks as soon as he sees the catcher's hand release the ball. Curve down and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well executed. And the fact that maybe it doesn't show up in the scouting report because you haven't been running it lately. Or that's probably the first couple of times we've seen the Twins run it. And they ran it with Larnick. Didn't execute it well. He will next time. Swung on a foul tip, hung on by the catcher, McGuire. 2 down.
Yeah, and the timing of that, too, because the Cubs had the momentum, Danny. Their fans were starting to feel it. They were feeling it. They just picked up a couple of runs on Festa and then got a quick out of Correa. Then Lewis wallops that double. Wally with a single. And after France popped up on one pitch, you could feel like an exhale from the Cubs. Like, ha-ha. You know, we're down 1, and we're going to get right back in the box. And that was a huge run to take back.
And a swing and a miss on a bender by Matt Wallner. 2 down, bases empty. Chris, the fact that Twins and teams, we haven't seen it. They don't run these plays. We see something with the Tampa Bay Rays. You know, they rely on stuff like that.
Milwaukee runs a lot of that.
Yes.
Cincinnati a little bit.
Count of 1-1. Missed outside, 2 balls and a strike. And you don't really need speed guys. We had Castro the other night at third. You don't need a speed burner to try to steal second. Just got to get him to throw the ball down there, and then you get your break off at third. That was popped up behind home plate. And what also works out in that is we've seen it where the third baseman will get off the bag at third base. And that allows that runner at third base get that extra lead. Pitch down and in. And 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wallner with a count of 3-2. Ground ball right side. Bush been busy. He'll again underhand flip to the pitcher covering, and we got a 3-up, 3-down inning. 6 in the book here at Target Field. Twins up 4-2. We'll be back. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
Covering the hot topics just like Byron is the outfield. Drive time with DeRusha. CCO 3 to 6 weekday.
It's a long baseball season. As a fan, it takes dedication. It takes commitment. It takes sacrifice. It takes 100%. We wouldn't ask you to give anything less since Cheez-It is made with 100% real cheese. Baseball is here, and we 100% want and need the cheesy, crunchy snack that keeps us coming back for more. Step up to the plate and go after what you really want. A box of irresistible Cheez-It crackers. The perfect snack while you cheer on your favorite team. Want it, need it, Cheez-It.
You can't wait for the sun on your face at Target Field. To hang on every pitch. Get up on your feet in the ninth. Make your fandom count this season by becoming a My Twins member. It's free to enroll, and you'll earn rewards with every ticket and ballpark purchase. A guaranteed hit with every swing. Swipe. Enroll now at twins.com/mytwins and experience baseball your way.
Let's get caught up to speed on this one, courtesy of Pilot Games. When you play Pilot Games, your community wins. Good news in the first, the Twins scored 2 runs thanks to an RBI single from Ryan Jeffers and an RBI double from Carlos Correa. The bad news, Byron Buxton was hit on the left hand by a pitch from Cade Horton. Buck stayed in the game then, but eventually left in the bottom of the second inning. Bottom of the second inning started this way.
2-1 hit high in the air. Right field. If it's a fair ball, this one's onto the plaza, and it is way gone for Matt Wallner. Matt Wallner deep to right. It's 3-0 Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, it was 3-0 Twins in the fourth. David Festa wobbly in that frame as the Cubs put 2 on the board, but he escaped that one. The Twins got 1 back in the bottom of that inning. It's 4-2. Good guys going to the 7th. Danny.
Yeah, we got a new pitcher on the mound, but don't forget this portion of Twins Baseball brought to you by your select Heartland Chevy dealers. I'd like you to log on to ChevyDealOnline.com. Find that dealer near you. Top of the 7th, new pitcher on the mound. Tell you all about it. Here's Chris.
All right, thank you, Danny. Brock Stewart's on the mound. New right fielders, Deshaun Kersey Jr., so Wallner out of the ball game. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, Wallner a home run. He was also the backside of that double steal to nab the 4th run. Nico Horner to face Brock Stewart, and the first pitch popped up. Back to second. Brooks Lee has been busy. Kersey's running up his back, but Lee has it. 2 hands to clutch it for round number 1. Brock Stewart faced 1 man yesterday. That was Dansby Swanson. He struck him out. He gets Horner, and now it'll be Reese McGuire. And then Birdie. It's bottom 3rd of the order for the Cubs. Twins bullpen also has Louis Varland up now, getting loose. He'll have the top of the order, hopefully at the 8th. Pitches in for a strike, and the count is 0-1. This is McGuire. And Justin Turner, I believe, has now moved into the on-deck circle for Birdie. A set and a pitch. And this one off the fist foul, and that's over the third base dugout. And the count is 0-2. Yeah, so Turner is on for Birdie. Hit his 200th career home run yesterday. And he became the oldest Cub to hit a home run since Gary Gaetti. His grandson Luca is sitting right next to me. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on right back to the mound. Stewart has it. Reads the label, lobs it to first, 2 outs. Nicely done, Brock Stewart. And now it's Turner. Again, it was his 200th career home run. Jeffers will race out and chat with Brock Stewart, make sure they're on the same page. So again, Kersey's in defensively in right field for Wallner. Stewart is tasked with getting Turner. You've got Varland warming in the pen. The Cubs have Ryan Presley warming in their pen. So all the gears are moving here. Top of the 7th, close game. It's 4-2 in favor of these Twins. Twins trying to win back-to-back series. Trying to inch closer to 500 on the year. They're 44-47. Empty bases, 2 out for Turner. Pulled one into the seats and left his 200th career homer. Big open stance. Pitch on the way, and Turner watches it on the outside corner for a strike. Turner and Stu were actually teammates briefly in Los Angeles. Brock Stewart made his debut as a Dodger in the big leagues. A long, winding road for this man, Justin Turner. Heck of a player. There's a foul tip in the count 0-2. And a guy just universally respected by players around the league. No balls and 2 strikes. Stu trying to put him to bed. Comes set. Ready's the 0-2. Swung on a miss. He struck him out, and down goes Turner. And the inning is over. Brock Stewart dominant. A 1-2-3. Top of the 7th. We'll stretch at Target Field. Twins trying to stretch their 4-2 lead when we return. On your home for Twins Baseball.
This is your home for Twins Baseball, and hey, me, Chad Hartman. Weekdays 12 to 3 on CCO.
If you're looking for one good reason to fill up with unleaded 88, how about
saving money,
helping the environment,
supporting farmers, and it's safe for any car 2001 or newer.
Whatever your reasons, choose unleaded 88. Visit chooseunleaded88.com to learn more.
Center fielder, Byron Buxton here. It's time for the Sheboygan Sizzle.
You heard him, folks. Sheboygan Sausage Company brings the sizzle to game days.
Sausages, bratwurst, and hot dogs, fresh and hot off the grill. Your taste buds are in for a treat.
Don't miss out on the Sheboygan Sizzle. It's not just a snack, it's an unforgettable experience that'll keep Sheboygan on your mind. Find Sheboygan sausages, bratwurst, and hot dogs at Nolan's Foods.
I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Bring the fun to family time with a visit to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Start by making a splash and memories at the lagoon. Our indoor water park includes a lazy river, an activity pool, and more exciting features. Then hit the lanes at Island Extreme Bowl for some family-friendly competition before you head to our luxurious hotel for a relaxing night away. Book your stay now at ticasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Baseball season is in full swing, and just as the Minnesota Twins count on a winning team, you can count on Uponor for plumbing that performs season after season. With reliable, resilient systems designed to last, Uponor is committed to sustainability, delivering efficient solutions for homes and businesses. The Twins trust Uponor, and so can you. Learn more at uponor.com. That's UPONOR.com.
Play ball. You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Out of the seventh inning, 4-2 Twins. Our old friend Ryan Presley is on to pitch. What a career he has had. This is back where it all started as a major leaguer. Rule 5 selection for the Red Sox. Stuck it out that first year. Pitching inconsistently up and down. Eventually pitched really well here. Traded to Houston. Pitched even better there. Became a legend in Houston and a champion. As a strike delivered to Ty France, who's 0 for his last 8, 1 for his last 11, and the count is 0-1. Now Presley reinventing himself again. No longer the strikeout guy he was before. Throws a few more change-ups as a pitch down, and the count is 1-1. Still some giddy-up on the fastball at 95, but what made him so good in Houston was spinning the ball. The breaking ball had that amazing spin rate on it, tight. He missed there with a sinker. He's using that sink along with the four-seam now as he throws a slider down and in, and it's 2-1. A little gray in the beard now for Ryan Presley. He's got a beautiful family, a couple of World Series rings. What a career he has etched out. The 2-1 pitch. It's in off the plate, 3-1. Presley working to France. Ryan waived his no-trade clause to go to Chicago. Doesn't always see an eye-to-eye with the new GM in Houston. There's some communication issues. He said, I'll go play for those fans. And he's played well. Ground ball foul, third base line. Like Turner with the position guys, Presley can still get you out, but he also is an amazing calming presence for some of the young guys they've got, like Palencia, who's now closing games for them.
Yeah, I think they told him, he was going to be not even the setup man. He was going to be pitching in the 7th inning.
3-2. Swung on and fisted. A little jam shot, shallow right. Tucker loping in after it. Leans down, can't get it. And it's by him and rolls back towards the wall. Does Ty France have 3 in him? No. He'll stop at second base. And Jackson Lindbergh of Mankato for a brief shining moment. Your hopes were up for $2,500. Instead, it's a leadoff double. Ty France snaps his 0 for 8. A little blue pit. Pretty good pitch from Presley. But Tucker couldn't get there, and imperative that the Twins get this 5th run home here in the 7th inning.
I hope our contestant was just on its edge of the seat. Anybody else?
Anybody else from Ty France? There's Bader. Harrison Bader is 0 for 2. 4 homers in his last 4 games, and he takes down 1 ball, no strikes. You have to think, Ryan Presley's been watching. That 4-seamer up, I think that's off the table after what Bader's been doing to heaters on this homestand.
Presley, he left Minnesota. He came up with that big breaking ball.
1-0 is on the ground at third base. Turner's over there now. He looks back the runner and throws to first and gets the out. He always had it, and the Twins, I remember they tried to get him to throw it a little bit more. Jeremy Hefner was the kind of the advanced guy at the time, and he would try to convince him to throw it more, and he wanted to rear back and throw more fastballs. And when he got to Houston, it's just sometimes it's a different message from a different person, and they said, hey, we're going to spin it, and he said, okay, and they went on and had great success with it. Here's Brooks Lee, and Lee takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. No balls and a strike. Brooks Lee bats left-handed. They play him straight up. Swanson dogging the runner at France. The pitch is wide. Fastball darted away. It's 1-1. That's a big run at second base. You know, Bader pulled the ball on the ground. That's one where the ball needs to be on the other side of the diamond with a man at second and nobody out. France wanders away, being held by Swanson. The pitch. Lee cues it foul off the netting, and the count is 1-2. 4-2, Twins lead. Bottom 7. Garland is ready in the bullpen. Presley has the full beard working now, and again a little silver in there for Press to the plate. And he catches the outside corner for a called strike 3. Wow. Ran that one down and away, and Brooks Lee was frozen. Well, four-seamer, and he dotted it, and there are 2 away. France is still at second, and it's up to Willie Castro. So the Twins benefit with that jam shot lead double, but they've been unable to move France off the bag at second. France ripped one, or pardon me, Castro ripped one off the wall his last time out. They play him straight away in the outfield. The first pitch, kind of a half swing. Did he go? You bet he did. It's 0-1. Pete Crow Armstrong plays a fairly shallow center field. A couple of steps shallower than normal, but nothing crazy. 4-2, Twins lead. Presley looks back at second. France moves off the bag and a little nubber foul, first base side. 0-2. Game 2 of the series, Twins and Cubs. It's sponsored by Mauer Auto, where you get a nice deal on a nice ride. That's Mauer Nice. Walk right in and check out their selection. No balls and 2 strikes to Willie Castro. Twins had a couple of big 2-out hits in the first to stake a 2-0 lead. See if they can do it here. Ground ball back up the middle. Presley jumps, grabs it, flips it underhand to first, and Ryan Presley gives up the lead double, but nothing more in the 7th. 7 in the books from Target Field. 4-2 Twins. This is your home for Twins baseball.
We talk with Twins players, coaches, and aunts every weekday morning. Join me, Vanita, on WCCO Radio.
Twins game, total transportation. Airport, total transportation. Corporate events, total transportation. Prom, total transportation. Get the drift? Book at TotalLimo.com. Promo code MNTwins and get 10% off. Total transportation.
Downtown for a Twins home game? Hit up Pizza Luce on North 4th and 1st Avenue for the ultimate combo. A slice of pizza and a pint of Summit Twins Pills for just $9. Fuel up before first pitch or celebrate a win. Only at Pizza Luce downtown. Just 3 blocks from Target Field.
Park Jeep is your Minnesota Jeep store, and you'll find your perfect partner for any adventure, like the legendary Wrangler or roomy Wagoneer, getting it done from sunup to sundown. So take it from Joe Ryan.
Nothing gets you home like a new Jeep from Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville.
The PGA Tour is back in Minnesota for its Northern Swing. The 3M Open returns to TPC Twin Cities in Blaine July 21st through July 27th. Come to the 3M Open to see some of the best golfers in the world compete. Big drives, big shots, big putts with big stakes. The big names have already signed up like Max Homa, Wyndham Clark, Sam Burns, and more. Be part of golf's Northern Swing at the 3M Open. Purchase tickets today at 3mopen.com. That's the number 3, the letter M, open.com.
You know that feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? Well, worry no more. The Chef IQ Sense is a wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether on the stovetop, oven, or grill. The probe is inserted into your food and connected wirelessly to an app. Once you select your desired doneness, the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill or the turkey out of the oven. It's that simple. Order one now on chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Louis Varland is on to pitch. It's the 8th inning. He'll get Happ, Tucker, Suzuki, top of the order. Louis got up a couple of times yesterday, never got in the ball game. Happ is 0 for 3, 2 for his last 26. Twins lead by 1. Varland kicks to the plate, and the first pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes.
A similar scenario last night. Griffin Jacks came in the 8th, faced the top 3 guys in this order.
2-run game.
2-run game, and now it's Varland. Stays this way. Jacks most likely in the 9th.
Foul ball, and the count is 1-1.
Duran was down last night.
He is back today. He is available. Was a little under the weather yesterday, but announced himself ready to go. Nice to have options. First, you have to get these top 3 hitters for the Cubs. The 1-1, the foul ball, and the count is 1-2. Now, if it follows suit, Danny, and then it's a 6-run bottom of the 8th, right?
There you go.
That's what we're looking for.
What we got coming up? That's
Masevich gets to pitch.
That'll be Larnick, Jeffers, Correa.
That'll work. 1-2 knuckle curve is fouled off the hands. It stays a ball and 2 strikes. Ian Happ DHing today. Had a great game defensively in left yesterday. And there's a pitch right down the heart of the plate for a called strike 3. 99. And it was whistling a tune as it went by. Out number 1 as Happ just watched it. Here's Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker from the left side. He's 1 for 3, scored a run. He has a little 4-game hitting streak. Only Juan Soto higher on base percentage in the National League as he swings and misses, and the count is 0-1. See all these Cubs jerseys, Danny? I want to bring you a can of orange spray paint. The 0-1 swung through, and the count is 0-2.
No, you got to have the statue.
Get you a can of spray paint and a plane ticket to Chicago. One of the great old baseball traditions. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch bounces 1-2.
Yeah, as a tradition, it was the rookies that would. There's a statue on the way to Wrigley Field, and the rookies would have to climb up on that statue with some. The Giants' color was bright orange and have to spray the horse.
Ground ball to the right side. Lee has it on the grass, throws to first, and there are 2 away for Suzuki. Now, if the Giants came into town and say the Padres had just been there, would you get to the statue and it was yellow and brown, or were the other teams that already painted it?
No, I think that it's pretty well maintained. That
so day 1 of a series, it gets painted, then it gets cleaned up.
Whoever the maintenance worker is knows. And to think that he has to climb up there with a ladder or something and scrub that paint off.
Maybe leave a couple of tickets. Suzuki takes wide, 1 ball, no strikes. When we were in Cincinnati, I was trying to get Jeff Brantley to talk about it. He was a little after you. He said that he didn't have the joy of being one of your rookies. As this ball lined to left field, Castro coming on, makes the catch. And a 1-2-3, drama-free, top of the 8th inning. Boy, is Louis Varland having himself a season. Louis heads back to the dugout barking. Twins lead 4-2. We go to the home 8th and they're home for Twins baseball.
Real talk, real life. Join Adam Carter and me, Jordana Green, weekday mornings on CCO.
Put your ear to a seashell, you hear the beach. When you open a Corona, you can taste it. Corona, La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Import, Chicago, Illinois.
This summer, Minnesota Lottery presents a ticket from the past with a chance to win up to $88,000 in the future. The Back to the Future scratch game is available now at a retailer near you. Catch it before time runs out. Rated F for fun. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play. Back to the Future is copyrighted by Universal City Studios, LLC, and Amblin Entertainment, Inc.
Whether you're cheering for the Twins or caring for your land, we know that you're all in all season long. And Case IH compact and utility tractors are all in too. Mowing, digging, hauling. Our equipment, designed to meet the needs of America's farm fields, makes caring for your home field easier. Your Case IH dealer can show you how our equipment can make this season a winning one. Case IH, built by farmers. Visit Minnesota Ag in Hastings.
Step up to the plate. It's Quick Trips Around the Bases, presented by Giant Snacks. Just stop by your neighborhood Quick Trip, purchase any Giant sunflower seeds with quick rewards, and boom, you're in. If you're selected and the Twins hit a triple during any game, you'll score a $100 Quick Trip gift card. If they don't, the pot grows by $100 every game until they do. Visit QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Quick Trip and Giant Snacks, proud partners of Twins baseball.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Well-traveled Drew Pomerantz is on the mound, left-hander out of the bullpen. Had not pitched in the big league since 2021. Had been injured, bounced around with a couple of AAA organizations. Finds his way to Chicago, and he works to Trevor Larnach, and the first pitch is down, 1 ball, no strikes. Lefty on lefty. Larnach 0 for 2 with a walk. Twins had a 6-run 8th inning last night. And a swing and miss from Trevor. It's 1-1. That turned a 2-0 Twins lead into an 8-0 lead, and they won it 8-1. Twins lead this game 4-2. The 1-1 pitch is taken for a strike, and the count is 1-2. Does look like Duran is up in the pen, with Pete Crow, Armstrong, Michael Busch, Dansby, Swanson due to hit for the Cubs. So a little insurance would be welcome. 1-2 popped up left field. Suzuki coming in, and Seiya Suzuki makes the catch, and there's one away. Jeffers will hit. You know, Danny Suzuki DH'd yesterday, and today I was on the field watching him take, BP and some guys taking balls live in the outfield, and there was a guy out there wearing all gray. Everyone else was in their Cubs gear, and he was running around like crazy, and he had shorts on, and I was like, is that like a fan or a friend of somebody? And it was Suzuki. And he had worked himself into a full lather, fielding balls in left field in BP in preparation for this start, as Jeffers is hit on a foot by the first pitch from Pomerantz, and he'll be at first base. He's on for the third time tonight.
Was it Suzuki or Imanaga?
Imanaga was in his Cub stuff, and he was like a motorboat out there zipping around the lake. He chased everything, kind of reminiscent of when Carlos Silva and Johan Santana used to power shed. Man on for Carlos, and Correa takes the first pitch wide, 1 ball, no strikes. Hey, the Buck Truck coming to Target Field Saturday, July 12th. First 10,000 fans through the gates. A Byron Buxton bobblehead complete with a truck horn sound. Presented by Pentair. For tickets, visit twins.com/tickets. Crack back through the middle. That's a base hit for Carlos Correa. Jeffers station to station, stops at second. Carlos at first. Jeffers at second, 2-hit day for Carlos Correa. And here's Royce Lewis with a chance to deliver a knockout blow. Now you might think, okay, here's where you use your speed off the bench late, but the Twins already have Kersey Jr. in the game for Wallner. In fact, he's in the on-deck circle. Don't know if that was just a straight defensive switch or if something happened with Wallner after he bounced out to first base in the 6th. Royce is 1 for 3 with a double and a big run scored on that double steal. Watches a pitch, checks a swing at it, and it's a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Told you we were waiting on Royce to find the juice again, and he hit one just off the top of the wall in left in the 4th. Really drove it. Just 2 homers on the year. And this pitch is low, and it's 1-1. He's hit safely in 10 of 12 games. Jeffers at second base, Carlos at first. Looking for some insurance here in the home 8th. Royce Lewis awaits. The pitch. Swung on and smacked in the air to right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong chasing after it. He'll make the catch. at the wall in left center field. Jeffers has to scurry back to second base. And we see the fine range of Pete Crow Armstrong on display. He had a long way to go to reel that one in, and he caught it racing up against the wall in right center.
And got a great jump on it. Good route. And he just glided over there.
Well, it's a nice piece of hitting, too. Royce went out and drilled that ball to right center field. But nothing to show for it, and now it's Kersey. John Kersey Jr. has not had a ton of at-bats of late. In the batter's box, again, a difficult job when you know you're not getting a ton of regular at-bats. How do you stay sharp? Throwing the fact he's going to get a left-on-left matchup, and he fouls one straight back, and it's 0-1. Getting just a shade over 100 on the year. Has one big home run. Here's the pitch, and it's down, and the count is 1-1. Deshaun hasn't had a hit since May 26th against Tampa Bay. He hasn't had an at-bat since June 22nd. The 1-1 down the left field line, but pushed foul, and the count is 1-2. Chance for Deshaun Kersey Jr. to come up with a big base hit. Four-2 Twins lead, 2 out. Home 8, 2 on. Kersey swings and fouls again down the third base line. That's the one that Plouffe wanted, but he was lifted for a pro down there. I will say they were showing when Trevor Plouffe was down there, they showed some of his finer moments. And Danny, I couldn't stop laughing at the one in the Coliseum where he tripped on the mounds and face planted. The ball almost landed on him. The 1-2 fouled away again. And I was trying not to.
Well,
I looked over, and Morneau and Perkins were crying. They were bent over crying. They were laughing so hard. Kersey's fighting the good fight here. He's fouled away a couple of tough pitches. The lefty Pomerantz, the ageless lefty, delivers. And it's wide, and the count is 2-2. Nice job. Ryan Jeffers hit by a pitch. Correa singled his second hit of the night. He's at first. Infield back. Crow Armstrong shallowing in left center. Kersey swings and misses, and the inning is done. Twins will take a 4-2 lead into the ninth. Duran will try to save it. Stick around on your home for Twins baseball.
When you're not listening to Twins baseball, I want you to be listening to me. Assembly Lake of the Lake, weeknights, 6 to 9, on The Good Neighbor.
As the official outdoor adventure partner of the Minnesota Twins, Winnebago Industries knows about adventures of all sizes. Visit WinnebagoIND.com to check out our premium boat and RV brands to get your adventures started. Winnebago Industries, be great outdoors.
Hey, peanut butter swing! Step up to the plate with new Lunchables PB&J. It's a hit for kids of all ages, no thaw time needed. Creamy, crustless peanut butter sandwiches and delicious jelly dip are ready to go whenever hunger's up to bat. Stock up on their favorite snackable sandwiches for a midday home run every time. You'll bat 1,000 at lunchtime with the guaranteed yum of Lunchables PB&J. Find them in the fridge aisle at your local Cub.
Hey fans, it's former Twins shortstop Roy Smalley. I've got some exciting news about an event that's close to my heart. The 2026 Special Olympics USA Games are coming to Minnesota next summer. This is a big deal. It's going to be one of the country's largest sporting events of 2026. Let's make it an unforgettable experience for the 3,000 plus amazing athletes with intellectual disabilities. Get involved or make a donation today at 2026usagames.org.
We all love to cheer on the Twins as they clean up on the field against their opponents. Speaking of cleaning, how about the professionals at Marsden, another Minnesota hometown team based in the Twin Cities? The cleaning program Marsden has been performing at Target Field since 2010 for staff and fans is impressive. And Marsden is also a great place to work, whether you're looking for a part-time job or a long-term career. Marsden is currently hiring for all shifts so you can find work that fits your schedule. Creating careers and making a difference. Marsden.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Looking ahead with Hoffman Weber, the series finale with the Cubs tomorrow. Two veteran right-handers battle, Colin Ray and Chris Paddock. First pitch is at 12:10. Early start. We're on the air at 11:30. Look to Hoffman Weber Construction for all your roofing, siding, and window needs in the Metro and the Brainerd Lakes area. And if it all goes according to plan, the Twins will be looking for a sweep. They've got Joan Duran on to try and save it. It won't be easy. A 4-2 lead. He's facing Pete Crow Armstrong, Michael Bush, and Dansby Swanson. Did not pitch yesterday as Duran was under the weather. Off day before that. Remember the last time we saw him, Duran was going 2 innings for the win in a walk-off against the Rays. Having a phenomenal year. We heard earlier today Joe Ryan has been named to the All-Star team as a replacement. We heard about, I think it was Junior Caminero as a foul ball straight back by Crow, who loves to swing, and he swings at that splitter. It's 0-1, Crow Armstrong. Still a chance that Duran could hear his name added to that list with his credentials. Trying to burnish them here with a save against the Cubs. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. Swung on and a bouncing ball for Correa. Big hop right around his eyeballs. Grabs it, goes to first. Pete Crow Armstrong is out number 1. And we'll take 10 seconds for station identification on your home for Twins baseball.
AM 830 and 102.9 FM HD2 Minneapolis, St. Paul. The voice of Minnesota and the home of Twins baseball. News Talk 830 WCCO.
Danny, that first out, critical 2-run lead. You keep the tying run out of the batter's box into the on-deck circle. As a breaking ball to Bush stays high, 1 ball, no strikes. Bush awaits, and the 1-0 is down and in. And the count now to Michael Bush. 2-0. Two O's a strike, and the count 2 balls and a strike.
There you go. Come right after him. Got a 2-run lead. He doesn't mean that much, but no free passes. Twins pitchers tonight, they've just walked 2.
These are the top 2 teams in the league at not walking opponents. And this one back up the middle, skips over the mound. Sure-handed Correa at second, fires to first, and they're at 2 away. 2 away, and Michael Bush might have lost a bat. Cubs are down to their last out. Dansby Swanson's the hitter, and Joan Duran has a chance to put a cherry on a nice little bowl of ice cream here for the Twins on a Wednesday night. Took 2 out of 3 from the Rays, trying to make it 2 straight from the first place Cubs. Duran rocks and delivers. And the first pitch misses down and in. Boy, that sweeper had Swanson bailing out. Never got all the way back, though, and it's 1-0. David Festa, the pitcher, a record. He was great. Coulomb, Stewart, Varland, outstanding. And the 1-0 in the air. Right field, Kersey chasing after it. He's got it, and this one's in the books. Twins will shake hands on a 4-2 win over the Chicago Cubs. Twins win at 4-2. Festa gets the W, and Joan Duran with a save. Another Blaze Credit Union save. Save more money with an account at Blaze Credit Union. Visit blazecu.com to learn more. Twins win their 2nd straight series. They improved to 45-47. A lot to like about this one. A lot to talk about in the postgame as well, including the health of Byron Buxton. Right now, for a preview of what's to come, and in advance of our postgame interview, let's check in with Gino for a little preview of what's to come on the Pin Down Low.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Yeah, we will definitely be waiting to get some news and information out of the Twins clubhouse on the status of Byron Buxton after he took that pitch in the first inning off the left hand. Stayed in the game for a little bit, but then came out lifted for a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Twins with the win. They've already claimed the series victory. That's 2 consecutive series victories for the Twins. We're going to talk about the last time that happened coming up on the Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union postgame download. Danny's going to join me. Going to talk about some of the finer points from this one. We're going to dive into the clubhouse, get some reaction, and, of course, highlights from our game and other games around the majors. First, a quick commercial break. On the other side, Chris and Danny talked to one of the heroes from this one, and Chris has your totals right here on your home for Twins baseball.
Consider yourself a big Twins fan. Join me, Vanita, every weekday morning at 8:40 for Twins First Pitch on WCCO Radio.
Grown-ups, aren't Sundays more fun without... Can I have screen time? Can I have a snack? I don't want to go to Grandma's. It smells funny. And I'm bored. Bored is impossible on Kids Day at Target Field. The gate 30 for lawn is turned into Bullseye's backyard. Kids' meals are half off. Kids 12 and under can run the bases after the game. And Grandma's invited too. Enjoy your weekend wind-up with Sunday Kids Days, presented by Target. Join in at twins.com/tickets.
It's a long baseball season. As a fan, it takes dedication. It takes commitment. It takes sacrifice. It takes 100%. We wouldn't ask you to give anything less since Cheez-It is made with 100% real cheese. Baseball is here, and we 100% want and need the cheesy, crunchy snack that keeps us coming back for more. Step up to the plate and go after what you really want. A box of irresistible Cheez-It crackers. The perfect snack while you cheer on your favorite team. Want it, need it, Cheez-It.
Every season, CHS helps farmers win. It takes a co-op like CHS to put an all-star team into the field to drive in home run harvests. We hustle and dive to catch market opportunities to sell crops across the globe. And our power lineup provides energy options that fuel rural America. From the farm league to the big leagues, CHS covers every base in agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Meshbesher & Spence has called Minnesota home for over 60 years. We know our state's legal system inside and out and know how to get you full and fair compensation. Meshbesher & Spence, Minnesota personal injury lawyers, Minnesotans trust. Go to meshbesher.com.
You're listening to the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Another big win for the Minnesota Twins. It's Chris and Danny upstairs with our Builders and Remodelers post-game interviewee downstairs, and Brock Stewart is kind enough to join us after the Twins put a 4-2 victory on the Chicago Cubs. And Brock, always great to get bullpen guys on the post-game show here because we don't get to talk to you guys nearly enough. Talk about how the plan laid out today, because with Festa getting right up through the right-hander there in the sixth inning, it kind of played right into the way you guys mapped it out, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We know there's a couple guys in the rotation that the third time through the order, the numbers are not as good, I guess. So we know that going in, and we're ready. All hands on deck once the starter gets through 2 times through the order. And I think he faced a couple, maybe just the leadoff guy the third time. But no, he pitched great, and we were ready whenever our names are called.
Yeah, and it's a symbiotic relationship because Sim and Fest have kind of leaned into that, and they're using everything they've got, knowing that you guys are all waiting there to ride in and help them out. You only needed, about 7 pitches in the 7th inning? You even break a sweat tonight?
Yeah, we love those outings. We love those outings. Yeah, just I think 6 fastballs, 1 changeup, and worked out. Just trust the stuff, throw it over the plate, and trust that good things are going to happen. Most of the time they do. So, yeah, just command the ball over the heart of the plate, compete, and that's what I try to do every time.
Hey, Stu, if you're of David Festa or even Sim for that matter, how do you get past that third time through the lineup? Is it just a matter of innings, or do they have to show something to the coaching staff, or is there numbers that indicate it?
Well, honestly, the only way to get better numbers the third time through the order is to face the order third time through. But no, there's reasons for everything we do. And
but does that take time for a guy to, I don't know, get more innings under his belt?
Honestly, I don't know, because I'm a failed starter myself. So I never really got through the third time of the order with the Dodgers or Blue Jays. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's reasons for everything. And, yeah, like you said, they've leaned into it. They understand it. And, you know, if it's just two times through the order for a couple guys in our rotation, so be it. They're going to go out there and give everything they got for 2 times through the order.
Yeah, and one of the reasons for it is that you guys are stacked in your bullpen. And I know you are all different, but I feel like you bring out the best in one another. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think so. I really do. I think we love each other down there. It's a good unit. We just had some turnover with a guy leaving and a new guy coming. So, no, I mean, whoever's here, we know Miz from spring training, so we're glad to have him. And like you said, we've been leaning on each other